I don't know what to do.
Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It is Ify on the Xbox Drive here for episode 382 with my co-hosts, starting off with Mitch. How are you doing this week? Mitch, it's a delight.
That's all I have to say. Did anybody hear that?
Barely.
Yeah. Barely. Okay. Fee heard it. She knew what she said. I'm great. Let me go ahead and bump it up. Hold on.
Mitch, it's a delight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Not asking Mitch any more questions tonight to avoid that.
I just want to point out, I felt hurt. Okay, I'll say that.
Okay,
I felt
why did you
hurt.
feel hurt?
Hurt because
You felt hurt that Fee said you're a delight?
No. What I got hurt by was the fact that something nice got said about me, and then someone else on the show just goes, "Oh, Mitch won't hear it. No, he doesn't listen to our content. Nobody will hear it. It's fine. You can say what you want." Also, Seth said Fee was driven to drink because of podcasting with me. How dare you, Seth? How dare you? You know what I mean?
Coming in
It's fine.
swinging. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I'm just saying. I haven't talked to her in weeks. I'm just saying. Like, I had to tell her.
I take 1 week off, and Mitch makes a bunch of sound clips with my voice.
Just one. Calm down. Actually, we'll find out.
Good freaking Lord. Okay. And you might hear 2 other co-hosts. Bowza, how's it going?
That's yet to be determined. We'll see what these other buttons do.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's fine. You were there last week. You remember one. You're fine.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
I
boy.
know. I was here too.
She remembers.
Yes. and specifically wrapping up the quad here, Lockleth, how's it going?
Great. I'm just gonna stay here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just stay
All
here.
right.
Be here all the time. It's my 3rd week in a row. Thank you for having me. Thank you. And also you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just
So
gonna say
humble.
it.
Yes.
So humble.
So humble.
And listen here,
Always.
Seth. Lockleth is my daughter. If I want her on the Xbox Drive, she'll be on the Xbox Drive. All right?
Boom.
I will stay out of this drama because I don't like drama in carpool.
You cause half the drama in Carpool.
I have
That's
no
true.
idea what you're talking about. No such thing. None. I'm helpful in carpool, damn it. I don't want to hear it.
Oh my goodness. Well, isn't this a great way to start the podcast? I am here. I'm super excited. Can Lockleth take over all of the podcasts? Well, she's already started. She's already
She's out her way.
exactly.
Pretty much has.
Yeah. She's currently on half of our weekly podcasts. So why not continue?
I have nothing but time besides a job.
She has responsibilities now. It's fine.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I will not be highlighting that other message.
Oh, I will. Go ahead.
Who allowed this ability for Mitch to be able to do that? That is unacceptable.
You let me host one time. It's a wrap.
One time, and everything goes array. Anyway, what we want to talk about first, though, guys, we're going to be talking about things that we're going to geek out about. You know what? I'm going to start off this week. I'm going to be a little bit selfish. Guys, I played a game and it was freaking awesome. And I know it's weird to say I'm talking about a game here. And the reason why I'm talking about a game here, it is called Sunderfolk. And what this entire game is, it's essentially like a D&D game where you actually connect to the game not with a controller, but with your own cell phones. So you download an application and it has different reactions. You get a specific character, and all the characters are animal related, as a heads up. There's a bear tank. There is a Oh my goodness gracious.
Is there a cat?
There is not a cat.
Oh,
However, there's a cat
0 out of 10.
statue there's a cat there is a cat statue in the middle of the town that you start off in that they like essentially like praise. So I'm assuming like cats are like deities in this game of some sort.
Fair.
Fair, of course, because that's what cats are. And no, I was really enjoying it. It was a lot of fun. We got to name our characters, and what I loved about it is once you selected specific characters, I myself selected a bear. I named him Brognar, and then we had a essentially a gazelle archer. What happens is your loading screen, you'll have like little characters at the bottom, and they're the characters that you select. So if you chose like another character, it would show up at the bottom. So as many people as you have, it'll show your little like animal character like walking in place,
That's
which
cute.
is very cute. And you get to select like different like items. So it'll say like name the statue that's in the middle of town, or name the enemy like group that you're attacking, or things like that. And it's at random, so I might get a different prompt than someone else does. And so I had a lot of fun with it. There was like the free demo last weekend that was only available then, and I was obsessed. I went into it a little bit blind. Lucas is a huge board game fan. I like board games too, but he was like, oh, we should play this demo, and I'm like, okay, we'll play the demo. And we did. It was fantastic. So I'm here for it. I don't know when the game's fully going to be released, but it was a very interesting experience because the only other games I've played that were like use your cell phone is like Jackbox games
Right.
or
Yeah.
Gartic phone, stuff like that. So seeing something like this, which is in essence, I wouldn't say the other ones aren't video games, but this is more like involved. There's storytelling, there's a bunch of things going on there. So yeah, that's what I'm geeking out about, because we're going at like that's a whole other way of playing video games, which is really
Absolutely.
interesting to me. So yeah, totally go and check it out once you get a chance. It's Sunderfolk. I cannot pronounce it correctly. It is a Friday and I'm barely caffeinated, guys, even though I had an energy drink earlier today, which was a whole other conversation we've had. But I digress. Fulia in the chat says Jackbox needs to be played at Extra Life. Absolutely.
Not opposed to
Jackbox
it.
should be played all the time. I love Jackbox. And I love the fact that
Didn't we play some of it?
I don't know if we did this year. The year before we did.
the year before, yes.
Oh, the t-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the t-shirt game. The t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
So
they
I
have
almost
like a
bought
whole
the shirt. Because
They have,
of
like,
course I would.
Of course you. I would be shocked if you didn't, Bowser. I mean, I guess you said you almost bought it, so you didn't, but it definitely
It's probably because I
seemed-
slept for the next 3 days and forgot about it.
Just blacked it out of your memory.
Yeah.
Fair.
And now you're just remembering it and you're like, no, I
Mhm.
should have bought that t-shirt. No, that makes sense. You know what? Bowser, what are you geeking out about this week?
We have PC progress.
Hmm.
Have
yeah,
an important update.
buddy.
I got an email the other night and it said, hey, we want to process your order, but the PayPal payment expired because it's been over a month since I ordered the darn thing. So like they didn't charge it then. They just did like
Yes.
a pending charge, and then they were going to wait till they were ready to build it and ship it to charge. So I had to update payment information, and now it's in the warehouse phase. So they are gathering the parts for my PC.
They're like picking
Please
and
be
choosing
excited.
off the shelves.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to be that person. Just go, like grab the stuff off the shelf just for PCs, not like Amazon warehouse, like just to build a PC.
Not a sweatshop. No, just
No,
just,
no, I don't
just
want to.
PC parts.
So I'm getting very excited. Hopefully soon I'll have new PC to play with.
Nice.
Excited.
I got slightly confused for a second because you're like, I have a PC update. And for us, we have like President's Choice, which is like a grocery store chain here in like Canada. And I was just like, what? It was a split second. Just a split second, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by Americans. This is what happens when our other Canadian leaves. No, it is I'm just saying it was just a split second, Mitch. Mitch is just sitting here looking completely just
I'm cool. I didn't say a word.
Are you?
I'm totally cool. If you want to read my face and read into it, that's on you. I'm good.
You literally put your hand in, like your face into your hand, Mitch. You know what? Mitch, what are you geeking out about?
Thank you for asking. So one funny thing is Bowser geeked out about this before, so I'm going to geek out about it now. I got new stickers for my stream to give away.
Ooh.
So
yeah, you do.
So basically I thought about it and I have stickers and I was just like, you know what? I want more stickers. So now I just made stickers of all my doggies. So I got that. I also have
Bowser has the same ones.
Oh, nice. Wait, what?
She has
That was
stickers.
Yeah, she does. I'm like, wait, what? Oh yeah, I sent them to her. Don't worry about it.
How did you forget that?
No. I was confused because you said Bowser, and then I saw a message pop up, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm stupid. It's okay. But no, yes, I sent everybody stickers, except for you in Canada. Because if I sent them to you now, you might get them in like a year, or something like that. I was.
Wow. Wow.
I actually would send her stickers. I was actually just going to give them to her if she comes to Extra Life. That was the other thing too.
I'm not.
That's fine.
But
Okay.
it would probably be like $10 for me to, like, I would go to the post office like do and they'd be like, it's $10, and I'd be like, excuse me, what
For
do you
stickers.
mean? For stickers?
It cost me 83 cents to send it to Bowser, so that's why she got him. I'm just saying. Bowser geeked out about stickers, but like I said, I wanted to get more stickers because I like to do different things with my stream stuff. And Mitch is anti-Canada. I am not. Thank you very much. That's rude. Don't say that. Don't put that on the internet, please. But no, I got new stickers for my care package. I'm gonna have a new channel point for a sticker-only care package. So, yeah.
So what happens if I get enough points to get stickers?
Then I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And then you'll probably still have to pay the $10 when you pick it up.
Okay. Again, we've established this. I'm stupid. Why would she have to pay if I'm paying for postage?
Customs, right?
Customs.
Got it. Thank you. For stickers, for literal
It's literally anything that goes.
it's paper.
Yeah.
This is not a finance podcast. We're not going to talk about.
I guess not.
Tariffs.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Let's avoid that. But no, like I said, it is basically just. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I was thinking about if I sent it overseas. If I sent it to, like, if I sent a set to Fulia, would it take 3 years to get to her? I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. But like I said, I didn't know as far as shipping it overseas or shipping it to different countries, how that works. Literally, it cost me 83 cents to send it to Bowser. So, yeah. So she got a free care package because Bowser's literally been in my stream, like, since she actually met me. She's been in my stream pretty much every single day. So she got a free care package.
And then I just spam channel points things. To
use
up my points to make up for
exactly.
it, so.
Exactly. So yeah. But like I said, overall though, it was I got those and I thought that was cool. And I plan to do more channel point things. I hate when my stream gets stale, so I want to try to mix it up every now and then and try to come up with some new ideas. So I'm happy I have puppy stickers, especially Queen just wants like this whole bag. She loves mods more than anybody. She just wants this whole bag. I'll just ship this whole bag to her. Be like, here you go. Have a good day. Put them everywhere. I don't know where you'd put them, but I mean, whatever. Enjoy. She's not opposed to it. See, that's a cat in a box, but it's fine. We're good. So yeah,
she doesn't get them all because I got one.
That's true. You did get one. You know what's crazy?
Sorry, Queen.
Queen might have enough points to literally redeem all of these.
Yeah,
she might have enough points because she's only been my mod for 5 years. She might have all the points. She can just buy all the sticker packages. She goes, now no one gets a sticker package. How about that?
No one gets any.
No one gets any. Exactly. So, but yeah.
Right. Well, love the geek out.
Stickers. Yeah. Grown man stickers.
Stickers are great. I have stickers. So many stickers. I realized I don't have any on the back of my phone. I got a clear case specifically because I want to put like stickers on my phone. Why were you know what?
Amanda sent me this sticker.
I love it. Oh man, I have so many stickers. But Lockleth, what are you geeking out about this week?
I have a physical and also a geek out at the same time. Airborne, because I don't feel well. Okay. All right.
What is airborne?
Airborne.
What?
She's Canadian. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, that's
Airborne
right.
is vitamin C chewable like tablets.
Oh,
I take 2 of these. I took my 2 this morning with my vitamins because this is a thing. 2 weeks ago, last time I was here, one of the times I talked about gummy vitamins, and so
Love.
I'm talking about it again, except for not vitamins, Airborne, because when you're feeling icky, just grab one of these, and it'll hopefully prevent you from getting sick, and that's what I'm hoping for. That's my geek
I've
out.
never had the chewables.
Oh,
I have like the tablets that dissolve in water, and then you gotta drink it.
I don't like that. I don't like having a airborne cocktail. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'd rather just chew a chewable.
yeah, we have like emergency.
We have that too.
Same thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
the
have
same.
emergency. Okay. Yeah, we have a number of them, or we have like Jameson, which is like huge here.
Whiskey.
No,
I like it. That will also
I mean,
prevent you from being sick. It kills all the germs.
yes, there is the whiskey, but it's like a vitamin company that has like usually if you go to the vitamin section, you see like hundreds of different types of vitamins, and they're usually the ones with the branding on it. It's not as fun in comparison. Not as fun as comparison as whiskey.
See.
But you know what? I'm sorry. I don't have any. I have Crown Royal, which is different. So yes, here we are, guys.
Vitamins.
Vitamins.
Yeah,
Important.
stay
Vitamins.
healthy. Get go to bed at a decent hour. I've not done that. That's why I am eating Airborne.
Yeah.
So
What is sleep?
if anyone understood it, Fee, you would be the one. Like I think you and I are on a similar sleeping schedule, which means not barely any.
Yeah. There is one.
Amanda would hate this conversation right now.
So here's the stupid thing. Yarding and Chaz asks, why is it called Airborne? Sounds like medicine for air or motion sickness. Funny enough, I know why it's called Airborne because it was in the original commercial for Airborne when it came out in the United States. Basically, a guy formulated all the vitamins to help avoid getting sick from traveling on airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why it's
I
called
definitely
Airborne.
would take it before I would travel.
Yeah, so basically he
On an
would take
airplane.
it before he traveled in order to avoid that. Like, I just got done being in a sky bus.
I was
with
in a
86
tin
people,
can recycled air for 3 hours. With
Right,
everyone
exactly.
coughing and sneezing. Yeah.
So that's why it's called Airborne. Is basically the guy who made it as a vitamin to take before you get on traveling, airplanes, whatever. But yeah,
It's got vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, vitamins A and E, selenium, whatever that
Okay.
is,
That's a word.
manganese.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
in
I
fact,
like it.
this is good until September of 2026. It'll be finished within the week.
Woo!
It's a lot of
just
Airborne.
taking it all the time.
Jeez.
No.
You're taking it every hour? What are you doing?
No, there's not that many in here.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like,
okay.
32 tablets. I take 2 a day.
Oh, okay.
It said
One
one
learns
serving
one.
size was 2 tablets. So in my brain, I'm like, okay.
Man.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say Canadians like we love like when we name things, it's very like it's very to the point. Like it has to be like it has to have in the name like
Mhm.
like emergency
It
makes
should be
sense.
Vitamins before you fly instead of
Yeah.
Airborne.
Exactly. There we go, Bowser. That's exactly yes, absolutely. That is the way. That is the like if there was a no name brand, it would be yellow and it would just say "take before flying," and then that would be it.
Great marketing.
Mitch, you laugh, but last year they had
I like it.
like bath towels, like essentially like beach towels, and it said beach towel. It was a yellow towel with beach towel on it, and then there
That
was one
sounds
that said like basket, and it was like picnic basket. Like you can't.
That sounds like grocery, like the supermarket simulator. That's what it sounds like they would put on stuff on the shelf to avoid
is-
copyright strikes
welcome-
or copyright like
Florida,
laws.
yeah.
Beach towel.
Welcome to
Basket.
Canadian grocery stores. That's exactly
Got
what
it.
it's like.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, by all means. All right. Well, funny enough, I currently hear someone down the hallway.
Wow.
Housekeeping.
It is a good thing she's here because I dropped my vitamins all over the floor. Get in here and clean it up,
Yeah,
lady.
yeah.
Let's go.
Get in here.
One of these, you know what? I should just I'm gonna get the button. I'm gonna record
Yeah.
myself saying it, and then the
Hold on,
next
hold on, hold
time,
on. But I have it though.
housekeeping, Mitch.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you want? Hold on. Do you want this version instead?
Housekeeping.
Which one do you want? I got them both.
Well, one's louder and supposed to be when she arrives, and one's quieter is supposed to be when she leaves.
Oh, is that what
There
she
you go.
leaves?
Yes, as she's walking
Oh.
away. I
Got it.
support
Where it's like
this.
knocking on the next door
There should be
down.
a knocking noise too.
Okay, I can make that happen. Don't worry about it.
Do it.
I'll send it
Yeah.
to you. Though,
All
so you
right.
can be in charge of it. Go ahead.
Thank you to our new Patreon supporter over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Stephen Lackey is checking out that free trial. Good luck, because you're not going to get through everything. So I hope you're ready for that.
Woo.
Some of the
Hi.
recent Patreon content we have out there right now, you can go listen to Mitch's Pants episode. And on Sunday, the Lockleth is up. So make sure you tune into that. We recently had a new episode of Early Access to the Mini Indie Van, also featuring the Lockleth, because she's on every
I'm
show.
everywhere.
Everything.
I'm everywhere.
She had fully talked about some good indie games, so make sure you listen to that and give some good feedback and pop that trial if you're not already a member. And then don't forget, Apple's being dumb and wants to charge you extra if you subscribe on Patreon through their app, so don't do that. Use a web browser, save yourself some money. You
losers
can
over there now.
always visit carpoolgaming.com for merch. And you can gift merch anytime we are live on Twitch. So if you want to give somebody a present, now's your chance. I think that's it. That's all for the housekeeping.
Sure.
Fee, what have you been playing?
Well, it's been a few weeks, guys, so I only played like 2 games. I Okay, I'm gonna start off with a fun one. This week, a friend of mine was just like, I want to farm with my friends. And I'm like, okay, sounds great. So we all have Ranch Simulator. So we opened that bad boy up, and boy, howdy, was it chaotic, and it was a lot of screaming at each other because, fun fact, if you've never played this game before, it is shocker, you are you just recently got a ranch, so you now have to build it from the ground up, and you can't live in the decrepit ranch house, so you have a tent outside that only fits 2 people. And I'm saying this because there's 3 of us, and guess what?
Oh no!
I was the one who had to go find a freaking blow up like bed in the middle of town at 2 a.m. in the morning by driving a golf cart of sorts into this array. And I don't know why everyone and their mom was out in an RV, and they were like just back to back, just traffic jam in this small 1-street town. And I don't know why there was so much people, but here we are. And I'm just like, my friends are like, Fiona, you're supposed to go a little bit faster than that. And I'm like, shut up. I don't need this. I'm stressed out. And by the way, I want to preface, this golf cart of sorts goes 0 to 100. There is no slow speed. It is, you go super fast or you go slow. Yes, Lockleth.
You are talking about a game, right? This isn't real life. That this is the way you are describing this
She
story.
sounded like she was personally offended.
It sounds like there was traffic, like we had a golf cart, and like I had to go find a blow up mattress. I was like, girl, is this real? Like, what's happening here? What's going on?
No, it's an actual like, video game, but it was me like yelling at them because they're just like, we're gonna like we're gonna miss the opportunity for our characters to sleep. And I'm like, well, maybe someone who's played this before should have told me that I had to go find a bed before the sunlight came back or like morning broke. So
Is
it
it
was
like
just,
an online game where you can see a bunch of other people as well as y'all, or is it just y'all?
it's just y'all, like just us.
Okay.
So you can make a lobby. I think you can have upwards of 6 people, but there was only 3 of us playing. And yeah, you start off the game, and it's it does the very basic, like, use W to walk, use shift to run, use space to jump, and then you can use weapons, like specifically an axe to cut down trees, but you have to go into town to get an axe. And we got this, I'm assuming it's not a golf cart, but it looks like a golf cart, so that's what I called it as. And we went into town, and we did like talk to everyone in the town, and they're like, I'm the person you can buy a house from, and I can, like, you come here for like general store merch and goods. And we're like, okay, sweet. And no, it was the most chaotic experience trying to find, because my friends were just like, It should be at the general store. It wasn't at the general store. I went to the real estate place. I don't know why the real estate agent is working at 3 a.m. in the morning. But here we are. She's just living her best life, I guess. But also, she didn't have any lights on. So she's just sitting in this dark room with this, like,
Again, this is not real, right? This is a game.
Yeah.
Right?
She's so invested, like it's real life.
I was just...
You good?
I was so mad, and I was just like, you know what? Because I went to the goods store. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy a chicken because that was one of the quests for the next day. So I got a chicken. He's in the back of the golf cart, just hanging out, living his best life.
You just threw him in the back and said, "Better hold on. This thing goes to 100. Let's go. Let's go down the road."
This slab of deer meat that we got from earlier that day, which was purely chaos because we found deer and we had like not like a regular like hunting gun. We just had like pistols and we were shooting. It was so chaotic.
What is going on right now in this game?
I don't know.
Wait, well, I will say this. It sounds exciting. It sounds very
It
exciting.
is exciting. I just got fully invested because I was just rushing into town, and I should not have been the one who did it because I never played this game before, except for like a year ago. I made my character in like an hour and a half, and then we played for 2 seconds, and then my friend had to leave. So shout out Amber and Kay for just being purely chaotic the entire time. And it was very funny because my friend's like, oh, I just really want to just play a farming game and we can like raise chickens and it'll be really nice and relaxing. And here I am like screaming at them, trying not to like hit a rock because there was one point where I hit, like I was trying to get into town. I thought I was on the road. I was not. I ended up flipping the golf cart and then it was just pure chaos. It's not the most, like, it's a very rough game to say the least, but it was very fun. It was a very fun way to play games with friends, even though it's supposed to be relaxing, but it was far from relaxing. So I don't know.
I mean, if you slept in the tent, it probably would have been less, stressful for you, but I guess.
Well, at the end of the day, no, well, it only fits 2 people. So you have to go get an air mattress. So I slept on an air mattress in the rain, but here we are. I don't know what they did for 30 minutes while I was freaking out and trying to drive in the dark, but I have no idea. No clue.
And these are the friends you've chosen to have in your life.
Right.
These are the ones who play the games with.
I would have done that a lot differently with you, Pete. I'm like, we're going together. We're going to figure this out. Okay.
And then it would have been a lot of you and I yelling because it's just
But not
very
at each
dark.
other.
You'd be together, though.
True. I think it was more me yelling and then they thought it was funny because they're just like, it's getting late. And I'm just like, no kidding. But then also, I don't know why it was spawning so many RVs. It was just like, I could not drive on the road in the middle of the night. And I had off-roaded with a golf cart to get this chicken and my air mattress back to my home.
What a sentence. What a sentence. What's going on?
I'm just intrigued by the fact that the merchants stay open all night because that's a good quality of life
in
thing.
the dark, Bowser.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go in the dark.
Relaxing and flipping golf carts sounds nice. Absolutely. It's a very, very fun experience and I look forward to playing more. Also, it's not in it's not in first person. So
Yay.
Positive. Yay.
That's good.
Game.
There was a third person. So that was really great. So that's one game I played. I also played 33 Immortals. I played quite a bit of that with Lucas. And funny enough, as someone who usually likes playing melee, that is the least, like, that's not the one I use the most. I usually am more of a magic caster in this game, probably because there's no healers in the game yet. So it's just like, if you're a tank, you have to be very strategic and run around as if you're fighting an Elden Ring boss. And I don't have time for that. So I just like to slow everybody and just run. That's just my vibe, I guess. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I will admit it's a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. And not only that, I am curious to see what it's like to run with more people. I like the max I've ever had in a group was 4 people. And I think you can only make a group upwards of 4, which is odd because you're supposed to go into lobbies that have 33 people in it, of course. So I'm just curious how that works out. But I was thoroughly surprised. Like, I played a few rounds and I'm just like, oh, I'll like it, but it's not going to be like a favorite of mine. But I played a lot of hours of it, so I would highly recommend it if you haven't tried it out already. It's on Game Pass, guys. I played an Xbox game. Woo!
Yay!
Yeah, I would expect you to have lobbies of 6 at least. Isn't that how many can go into like each little dungeon?
Yeah, you would assume that. I haven't, like I said, I haven't tested out and seen how many people I can invite, because it just says like invite person to party, but it doesn't actually say like how many people you can invite. So I'm curious.
Well, let's try it. I'll play.
There we go.
I played some of the beta tests, so
Yes, more people should play this game. I was hoping to come into this podcast and say, oh, I played Sherlock. However, that did not go as expected, because for some reason it has older drivers and it does not like Wavelength very much, at least the update. So I have to play and finish Sherlock before 12 p.m. my time on Sunday.
Good
Thumbs
luck.
up. Thank you. That's
How old is that game? It's an older game, right?
2014?
Yeah, it's not that old, I guess.
No. I've played older games.
That's a decade, so
It's like 11 years.
yeah.
That is true.
That's
but
old.
That's an old game, whether we like it or not. I hate to say it.
Don't say that. Makes me feel.
I mean,
I feel
I've
old.
literally played games from like 1998 without any issues, and I don't
True.
understand. Like, I played a game from literally 20 years ago. Like I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago is Warriors Joan of Arc game, and I just turned it on because I played that when I was a kid, and then all of a sudden, like, I just didn't want to play it, but it did have the music and it blasted in my ears the moment I turned it on. And I'm like, oh goodness gracious. So yeah, I'm curious as to why it did that, but instead I ended up playing Fortnite, which Sabrina Carpenter is now in the game. And I surprisingly am not playing with the Sabrina Carpenter outfit, even though I'm a huge fan. I just
What? Why not?
Just offending everybody in
because
here right
Lockleth,
now.
I got a
what?
really cute witch skin that has like really cutesy like lantern sleeves, and then she
Save
has a
that for
hat.
October. It's April.
I mean, that's true. And the Sabrina Carpenter outfit. Well, okay. Yes, I agree. And it has like the very Easter outfits, but we also have multiple Sabrina Carpenters in my party usually. So for
And that's the problem. Why?
because I get
Excuse
myself
me?
confused. I'm like, what is happening? If I
Sounds
see
like a party to me. I don't know.
man, I do want to check it out. That like I have just enough points to get her like Fortnite bundle, like V-Bucks bundle, because once again I bought 2 skins on top of that this week because I'm like, this looks really cute. So yeah, I don't know why, and I listened to Sabrina Carpenter while playing Fortnite, so I don't understand.
I've got some breaking news, aka a question from the chat from the $2 hero, aka Seth. Favorite Sabrina song from the panel? Because we talked about this last night in the Nintendo Drive. And I'm curious.
Ooh.
What is y'all's favorite Sabrina Carpenter song? For those that listen to it, I don't know if Mitch listens to her, but
I was gonna say that's a very good question. I don't have an answer because I couldn't tell you one song first.
Bowser, not you either.
Here's the thing. I've probably like her songs, but I just don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that I'm not into that. I don't listen to music and
one of them
pay
has
attention
your girl,
to who's singing.
One of them has your girl Dolly in it, like a remix of it.
That one.
Okay.
That one.
A song then for Bowser.
Oh my god, she said that one.
I mean, okay. So I'm a huge fan of like, I like Bedchem because it's like phenomenal.
Brilliant. Love to see it.
Love to see it. Also just the play on words. I love a play on words. So very good. Also a huge fan of Espresso.
Of course.
Because
classic.
Of course, you have to. I'm trying to think of some other. I like Paris, which is from one of her older albums. Oh man, I'm like currently looking at my Spotify, trying to get I'm like my goodness, remember some of them. But yeah, I would definitely have to say like I listened like to her new album quite like frequently last year, to the point that she was my top listened artist for 2024.
Mine too.
Yeah, because of course I'm like literally scrolling back to see if I can find my Spotify for 2024. Oh, yep, here we go. 1 second.
Yeah. Bedchem was our answer from last night. So
Yeah, espresso and bedchem are literally like fun fact. This showing the audio podcast. Yeah. So
Good
espresso
job.
and bedchem are there. Perfect.
well, Mitch, if you're going off names alone, which one would you choose? Because you've never heard these, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna go bedcam, whatever.
I think Yarden gave you an answer as well in the
Yeah,
chat.
that's what I just read.
Oh, there was
Bedchem.
one before that. It said Mitch just
Oh.
say taste. That's also
Oh,
one
just
of
say
the songs.
taste. Yeah, that works. Just
Taste
yeah.
is also really good.
Yeah,
Mitch,
sure.
you
both
should just
those.
have like a just you were saying you were concerned about your streams being stale. Just do a listen party on your stream of the entirety of Short and Sweet.
Then you got to mute the whole VOD afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Gold
Watch.
content.
You know what'll
Unused-
happen? I'll do it. I'll be
unusable.
like, I got this suggestion from B, and then I catch a copyright strike on everything,
Yeah.
and all my stuff's locked down, and I'll be like, thanks.
And then Phoebe was like, it was all in the plan all
Exactly.
along.
Exactly.
It can't be stale if it doesn't
Yes,
exist, boy.
yes.
Jesus.
Brilliant.
I just
Love to see
playfully
it.
be mean. She wants my stream gone. Jeez,
I never
Jeez
said that you
Louise.
did.
I guess. So Sabrina Carpenter, literally, all the stuff I've been seeing online, it's just everybody's running her skin. Everybody is running her skin, and I'm just like, okay, she's just completely taking over Fortnite because you can do like emotes with like music and stuff, and people
Yeah.
are like running into each other and like basically communicating like, don't fight so we can do music in the middle of a battle royale because that's fun.
Yes,
So yeah, that's what I've been saying.
absolutely. No.
Now it says you're
100%.
listening to Spotify on Discord. Now it says that. It's like listening to Spotify. If he's like, yeah, I'll talk, I'm gonna listen to this.
I'm just going to listen.
Exactly. Why not?
That's funny.
I love it.
Very good.
Anything else, Fee? Do you play anything else?
Have I played anything else? I mean, there are the usuals, which is the Bazaar, which has gone fully. We got into season 1, and they introduced a new character named Mac, which is pretty cool. His entire background's like his story is incredibly depressing, and yeah, his entire family died, so he's trying to find a way to bring them back through alchemy. So he's all
As one
about
does.
potions.
Exactly.
Oh,
Only way it works.
absolutely, 100%.
Sounds like a full metal alchemist episode.
Nope, because we don't talk about bringing people back from the dead or weird creatures that come up on that show. No, absolutely,
The
but
dog.
very much so. Yeah, the dog.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, and I'm sorry, and I will not be paying for anyone's therapy. But I'm just, yeah, I've been enjoying that, even though I do get very frustrated. And then, of course, I'm trying to get through the Infinity Nikki, specifically the events, the long
Momo.
No, not the long Momo.
The
Just
long
dancing.
Momo with his
You
arms.
definitely don't like that thing.
Looking like Gumby, like the heck?
Yeah, absolutely. Someone did comment, I think you they said that I'm now just making Fortnite into a character creator or like a dress up sim because I just have very cutesy outfits and that's my life. Just choosing really cute outfits and characters, or just like a dress up game in Fortnite. That's essentially my goal and I've accomplished it, so I'm pretty happy about it. Seth in the chat saying I like long Momo.
I mean,
The
that's a
appropriate
choice.
answer. If it's the
Look at-
correct
That's like
choice.
your opinion, man. Like,
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I've seen Bowser look more disappointed ever. She just goes, that's an opinion. Just deadpan, just like, don't even talk to me for the rest
It's
of the
good
night.
though.
well, it's nice to have somebody in Fee's corner. I'm sorry, I'm not there with you. I'm with
Right.
Mom over here.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm okay with it. Long Momo has grown on me. We're-
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
shut it
Yes. Controversial yet brave. And also Star in the chat saying that she also likes Long Momo. So I have multiple people in my corner.
There's a dozen of you. Congrats.
Dozen.
Woo! Exactly. I'm here for it. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. I'll probably think of something else I played, but you know what? Those are my standouts, and for that reason, that is my thoughts and the games I've been playing. But yes, Bowser, what have you been
Me?
playing?
Me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, here's an off the wall thing I played for literally 20 minutes, but a friend of mine reached out to me. They've been trying to get all achievements in all Halo games. All of
Damn.
them.
That's
And they
a
were down
lot.
to like the last 5, right? He's been putting in some work. My buddy Joel. So he put out a ping and said that for one game, you had to play a co-op mission with 5 different people. So he'd already done it with somebody, and he has a couple kids. He was going to use, their accounts, have them do it, but he needs somebody else. I said, I'm down, whatever. I've never played this game, but let's go. And that'll
Right.
be Halo Spartan Assault.
Oh my god. What? The one Halo. Okay, go on.
So how would you describe this game, Mitch?
Not a Halo game. That's how I would describe that game.
It says Halo right in the title.
I don't give a damn
is
what it
not
says in
a
the title.
Halo
It is
game.
not a Halo game. But go on. Keep talking about it. That's the game he asked you to play of all
Well,
Halo
that's
games.
one of the
That's what he
ones
needed
where he had
achievements in. Yeah.
achievements left, right? Probably
I
also
guess
not his
so.
favorite, I assume.
It's just sad when I'm like, I want to do everything. And it's like, even that, you're like, yeah, even
It's
that.
been dedicated to the cause here. So it's a twin stick shooter, and we were in there playing co-op. I went in and did the tutorial, and then a little bit later he pinged me. He says, "Hey, I'm free now. Let's play it." And got him his credit, so he'll be clearing that achievement here soon. So
I'm almost certain that was a mobile game before it was an actual Xbox game. I'm trying to remember.
it kind of feels like
I
it.
think it was a mobile game first, and then it was like an Xbox game. I'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. It says game was
blasting
released
stuff.
for Windows 8 phones.
Of
Yep,
course, it was Windows Phone.
Windows phones. Exactly. When it
Nice.
stopped. And then it came to iOS and Xbox, and yeah. Halo Spartan Assault, definitely not the one that I thought you would be talking about right now. That's crazy.
I love it. I like being off the wall a little bit here.
Yeah, there you go.
Another thing I started playing yesterday is a game new to Game Pass, and that is Blueprints. I know we looked at the trailer on the show, what, last week, the week before? I don't know.
Yeah, I
It
was gonna
was
say
one of
we-
the 8 times
yeah.
Lockleth was on the show.
I'm here
So
all night.
you were called out in a will that you're going to inherit this mansion, but in order to inherit it, you have to find the 46th room of the mansion. So you walk into the mansion. It's like every day the mansion rearranges itself and you lose all your items. So it's a roguelike type deal.
Oh.
You walk into the mansion and the entrance has 3 doors. And you go up to a door and you open it, and it gives you a couple options for what the next room can be. Some of them you have to have gems to use, some of them you have to have coins, etc. So you only have so many steps per day that you can take. And every time you enter a room, that takes steps. But occasionally, like, you can unlock and you can put into place a bedroom, and that'll give you some steps back. But you're finding things like keys because some of the doors are locked, and if you don't have a key, you just can't progress down that path anymore. Then there's like little puzzle games. Like if you go in the parlor, there's always a game where there's 3 boxes and a note on top of each box. And it says 1 box is always a lie, 1 box is always the truth, and 1 box always has treasure. But the treasure could be the lie or the truth or the other one. You'd have to figure it out. So you have to kind of logic your way through it based on what the signs say. So like there'll be a black box with a sign on it that says, this is a white box. Well, okay, that's the one that's lying.
Oh, so you have to kind of figure. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to do logic. I felt like I was in the movie Labyrinth.
Me and
When you get to the
this.
two doors, and they're like, one of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
That's what I thought of too.
Yes.
And I know you love that
It's kind
movie.
of like that. Yep. So it's perfect. I always play that one.
Me
So
and
I think
Logic
I've
don't go
done
very
like
well.
4 days
Mm-mm.
in blueprints, but like I haven't made it to the antechamber at the back of the house. Like I keep getting stuck. I run out of keys, or like because not every room has a door in each direction. Like like a bedroom has no other doors. So if you place it, it's a dead end.
Mm.
And you don't always get the rooms that have the doors the directions you want to go.
Is it
If you know
random?
what I mean? Yeah.
So like,
I
will
think
it
you
be
can-
random essentially by you making it to the end? Is it just?
Yeah, I mean, there's some skill involved. Like if you pick dead ends off of the first 3 doors, then you're done, right?
Mm.
So there is some like player influence on that.
Is that skill or you just chose wrong?
I mean,
Oh, this door open. Well, start
Well, game
over.
over.
Sucks to suck. Guys, we're going home.
Suck.
Yeah.
That wasn't random. That was you making bad decisions. I don't know.
Bowza, we actually have a question in the chat from Yarden. Do you feel it's game of the year material, or is it too early to say?
Too early for me to say. Like I said, I think I've only done like 4 days. I haven't found very many items. Like I went into a closet and there was a pair of running shoes. Well, that just means that sometimes entering a room doesn't take steps away. Right?
Yeah.
It was Amanda's closet. Fun
It
fact.
was Amanda's closet. Yep, for sure. But then there's like, I got a treasure map and it kind of just showed like the grid of the house and had an X to mark the spot. So I went to that room and I get there and it's like, oh, this is the spot. If only I had something to dig with. Well, on that run, I didn't have a shovel yet, so I couldn't get the treasure. Womp womp.
Man.
So we'll see. I have to kind of like figure out what the most important things are. Like there's a shop that'll pop up, the commissary, and you can buy some of these items, but like I don't know which items to buy. Right. Right now I'm like, oh, I'll buy a key because I keep finding locked doors. When I get closer to the end, I get locked doors and then I get stuck.
Yeah.
So
Man,
but so far it's fun.
I need to play this game. It's very reminiscent of a game called House on the Hill. So the whole preface is the board game, everything is face down except for like the front entryway, and then you have people going into different rooms, and each room has something different that happens. Like there could be like a hole in the ground, and so you end up falling into the basement, or if you go up to the stairs, there could be like a killer or some sort of creature or demon or something, or you might find something that's positive, like a weapon in that room, whatever that might be. So it's when I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like, oh, this is just House on the Hill, but I love that. That is going to be the game I play next week. Once I finish Sherlock, I'm like, I can't download blueprints and then play that, because I know for a fact if I start playing that, Sherlock's not happening. So that's currently what I'm holding off on, and I'm happy to see that people are liking it, because I know it's a different game. It's not the typical like action game, and I know there is a lot of thinking when it comes to that particular roguelike, so I'm curious to see how many people are going to test it out and see what their thoughts on it. So I'm happy to hear that you're liking it.
One of the downsides to that type of game is that like you could have the good items, but if you get blocked and there's no more doors you can open, it was all for nothing, right?
Absolutely.
You know, so you have to be willing to accept that you're going to fail a run and lose all your good stuff. But that's no different than any other roguelike. Like sometimes you get the weapon you really like and something happens and you die and then it's gone, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It just goes with the territory. So yeah, so I'm definitely liking it to the point where I want to continue playing it. Like I want to see where this goes. I want some more of the lore to come out, right? Because there's little like newspaper articles you can read, and like it's already telling me that the commissary will be closed on like day 12 and 13, which I'm sure I will forget, and I'll place a commissary and be mad that I can't buy anything. But there's one point where it tells you you should really have a notepad and write things down, and I'm like,
I was just about to ask you, do you have a
I'll need that.
notepad?
No,
You're just gonna wing it?
just wing it.
I mean, if
Oh,
anyone
maybe
could do it,
there's-
it'd be you.
We'll see. Maybe I'll open up Notion and start writing stuff
There you
down.
go.
But I haven't found anything really to write down yet. Like nothing that indicated something outside of the room I was currently in. Like the puzzle game, the little boxes with the truth and the lies, like that's all in one room. I don't need to write anything down. I should probably write down when the commissary will close.
I was about to say you just gave a
Perfect example of when you should write something down. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch, I'll write down that's the 12th and the 13th, and it won't be those days because I don't remember very well. I'll wait till I see the sign again, okay?
There you go.
But yeah, I'm having fun with it so far. I'm interested to see where it goes. I wish
Very
the
cool.
guy walked a little faster. You can hold in left trigger and walk a little bit faster, but like I turned around and went back outside instead of going into the mansion, and you're just like walking around outside, and it's like a long walk to get to anything. Like, come on, dude, let's go.
Is there any like jump scares in this game when you open up the doors, or
Not yet. The
Okay.
scariest thing is I placed the dark room, which is like a photography room, like a photo
Yeah.
processing thing. And when you're in there, then like the lights turn out and you can't see what rooms you're placing next.
Oh,
You can't see the drafting board, which is like how you pick what room comes next.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to, like, I'm very curious because I know
Yeah,
like
You definitely need to
this-
play it.
Yeah, the slower walking is very reminiscent of like older like horror like walking sims. So
Yeah.
that's why I was curious if there were any jump scares because that's what they usually did was like making it a little bit slower to make it a little bit eerie. So I was curious.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nothing spooky so far.
Oh, thank God.
So, yeah.
Oh,
So it is
Son of a gun.
first person, but you are kind of going slowly and more methodically than so you'll
Perfect.
probably be okay.
You know
I'll
what's
play it
crazy?
either way.
Walking speeds can definitely be something that can piss you off in a game. Like,
Yep.
I mean, there's moments where I'm just like, can this dude walk any faster? Like, I gotta get to this spot now. And you're
Yeah.
just like,
Dum, doo, dum, doo, dum, doo, dum.
At
like,
least
could you not?
At least you guys think about that. Like I'll play a whole game like the Exit 8 and not realize I could run until I'm like
Yeah.
in a
So you're
bad
dying.
situation. And I'm like, can I run? And then I realize that you can run.
Yeah.
It's like immediately the first thing I do. I click in that right stick on everything. I'm like, can I just run, please? Please.
I don't
Yeah.
think about it until like right before something bad happens. I'm like, oh,
Right.
Yeah. No, because I know.
Speaking,
Oh, sorry. Go for it, Beza.
go ahead. I'm going to change the subject. So go
Okay,
ahead.
perfect. Yeah, no, I was gonna say like the original like Alone in the Dark games were like that. It was very much like very slow, very like people were getting mad, and that's like one of the biggest things. Like at least from what I saw when I was watching a documentary recently, is people their biggest like frustration in that game is how slow that you guys like your character moves because he just like walks slowly as he's getting chased by like a monster and it eats him. Like
Yeah.
it's just like okay, I can't avoid this because of how slow this, but it's also kind of the point of it. So.
Nice. Well, speaking of wanting to go faster,
Yes.
one of my favorite games just had a free update this week. And one of the items you can get is like permanent option to speed up the game. And that is the infamous game Vampire Survivors.
Shocker.
I'm so excited. And at first I thought there were no achievements because I looked in the morning when I heard that it was getting an update. There was nothing there. Then I looked later and there were new achievements. So I'm very excited.
That's
It's only
awesome.
like 40 points because they give you like 5-point achievements. It's already like 1,660 gamer score.
What an
Yeah.
odd number. That would just I need even numbers here. Like it's not just like achievements back in the day when you had like a gamer score, like that achievement that was worth 3 achievement points.
Well,
That
I'm
developer is just a demon. I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of them.
yeah, mine's
5 or
off
0.
by 3. Because the other day when I looked at it, it was like ended in 298 and I was upset.
What do you know what achievement it is that like screwed it all up?
There's been quite a few
Yeah.
over the years that have had like because you could scroll back in your list of games that you have achievements in and see what your total is for that game and see the ones that aren't 5 and 0 and you can get mad.
Right.
There's a lot.
I think mine is like DJ Hero 2 or something on the 360. Like, yeah, it's like an achievement that's worth 3 gamers. As soon as I found that out, I got so angry. I was just like,
Yep.
no, why would you do this?
Yeah.
just to make me play the game to get the 7 achievement score to get back to 0.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing people search for online. Like,
Yep.
what achievement's worth 6? So
Yeah,
I can just get
like
back
I just
to
want
0.
it to be anything that is not 5 or 0.
Right.
Give me some of those and I can fix it.
Right.
There's a new level. It's called the Coop, and it is just all chickens. Chickens of every size, shape, and color coming at you. It's fantastic. So, but I did remembered when I fired it up that like there are a bunch of things I hadn't unlocked. Like I had all of the achievements for Vampire Survivors, but there were characters and weapons that were still locked. So I'm trying to work through some of those as I get the new achievements. So that's keeping me busy. And then another game that had an update, Fall Guys, has ranked mode now.
Which
The
is
girl's
crazy.
sitting at Silver 1, baby. Let's
There
go.
you go.
I forgot.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, the one thing I noticed, so if you're like on like the Fame Pass, there's like little quests to do, right? And one of them was just play like regular knockout. So I was like, oh, I'll do that. I jumped into like a non-ranked match, and everybody in there was like a dumpster fire. People were dying left and right. These are the people that have no idea how to play the game. Because anybody with skill is like involved in
Trying
ranked
to
now.
sweat it
They're
out.
trying, they're all sweating it out in ranked. So
Oh,
Right.
just little babies trying to play the normal mode.
yep.
Maybe I can finally
hilarious.
win.
Yeah,
Riley.
well, I told Riley that there's a achievement / trophy for getting 5 crowns in a row, which I would never even attempt to do because I would lose my mind, right? I said, now's the time to do it because I've gotten into lobbies where these people are just hot trash. So
Ooh.
this is your
I'm
time
hot
to
trash
shine.
as well. Maybe I have a chance.
Well, even with some of the people I've seen in ranked, you probably move up the ranks a bit.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we can be sweaty in Fall Guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Sounds
actually
like so
trying
much fun.
I'm trying to see if I have that achievement. I just thought about that.
Oh, la-di-da.
We were trying. All right, you're right. I'll stop talking
I
about
think I got it because I got 5 crowns in a row.
Ooh.
No, yeah, me and Queen were playing it 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Queen was streaming and I saw she was playing Fall Guys and I'm like, hey, I can hop on for a couple. And there was some bunch of donuts in there just jumping off the I'm like, what is going on here? So
That's
but the
what
only
it
thing that
is.
sucks is ranked. Here's the question I have because I haven't researched it enough. Is ranked only solos?
I don't know. I've only done solos, but
Okay. Because I didn't know if they had like team quads or team ranked or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of cool if you could have a quad or squad ranked, duos ranked. That'd be really cool.
Trying to get
Yeah.
Riley on your team so you can win.
No,
Exactly.
no, I'm
Yeah,
good.
move up
I
in
see
ranks.
what you're
Oh, I'm
doing.
good.
I
I'm
see.
good.
Riley says it's solo only.
Got it.
So maybe that'll come in a future update.
Also, since I am going to be a smartass right now, I do have that achievement.
Wow.
That's right.
Well, I
She
don't.
got lippy with it, so I had to say I had it. Sorry.
Well, I don't. Surprise, surprise. Surprising no one.
So
So there are like limited events, stages that are in the ranked mode, and they're, I don't know, I guess more fair. A lot of race, like get to the finish line, complete 2 laps. Some of the like jump through the rings to get X points, the collect the bubbles, that type of stuff, but no team things or anything like that. So you're every bean for themselves.
I can't imagine, like, if I played ranked Fall Guys, I think I would get as mad as playing any other ranked game I play because I know everybody in there is going to be grabbing and just evil and just the worst of the people I don't like playing Fall Guys with. So it's probably just going to be a sweaty nightmare in there.
The only place I really ran into grabbers was Hexagon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but I thought the one where like the thing just constantly spins in a circle, the bars that are on the top and the bottom. I
Yeah.
imagine people are grabbing people like crazy in those games. But
I haven't had an
no.
issue in that one.
Hmm.
But it's also like not been lasting very long. People are just like flying off the edge and doing whatever. So maybe when I get to higher ranks, I don't know what's happening.
It's weird because you would imagine like people wouldn't be flying off. Like you would imagine it would be like,
Right.
but it also depends on the rank you're at too, I guess, right? But also everybody like it just came out. So usually when those ranked modes come out, that's what always sucks about like Apex resets when they reset and everybody's bronze. It's like, yeah, that guy's bronze, but he's really masters normally. We just all got
Yeah.
put back to bronze. You know what I mean? And that's where it kind of sucks. But like everybody should be on even playing field with that because rank just came out. But yeah, I don't know. Jan32 says maybe it's bots. It could be. I mean, Fortnite's full of them, so could be.
Maybe I'm a bot.
You're not a bot.
Maybe.
No.
I definitely am.
Self-reported bot right there. She's like, yeah, I am. Whatever.
100%.
Barely
Barely have emotions.
Have
Yeah.
you never gotten a win, Lockleth, ever?
Once.
We
Okay.
got a win together, didn't we? The three of us?
When?
Maybe. I don't know. We
Yeah,
could play
well, because
together.
Riley was on our team.
Yeah.
That was one of those. It was a carpool community night.
Yeah.
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 But I don't count that one because, like, I didn't do anything.
All right. Well, then don't count. it,
Okay.
whatever.
Well, then never mind. So let me rephrase the question. You don't have a solo win then?
I have one solo win.
Oh, okay. See what?
But that was like when Fall Guys first started.
so
Okay.
And
Also,
like, it
when
was still-
cheaters were in the game.
Oh, I don't
I don't know if
know.
anybody remembers that.
Uh-uh.
Fall Guys when it first came out, so it was on PC and PlayStation, right? And it was
Mhm.
like it might be the best free PlayStation Plus game ever made, if I have to be honest. It's
That's where I played it. It was on PlayStation.
Mhm.
And I remember on PC because I was like, oh, come to Xbox. I'll just buy it on PC because I actually wanted to play it right away. So I played it on PC and cheaters were actually all over that game. People that were just,
Yeah.
they would jump up once, float in
teleport.
the air, and just walk on top of the map in the air.
Oh,
It was
I
insane.
do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a lot of cheaters at the beginning of the game. So if you won at the beginning, I actually give you better kudos for that. Good job.
Beat the cheaters.
You beat the cheaters.
Who'd have
Alright,
thunk?
well, I had one other game that I played this week, but we'll stick a pin in it for just a moment. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Mitch, what have you been playing?
I played Fall Guys, like I mentioned, like 3 matches. Didn't win any. But had fun because I was playing games with Queen, so that's fun. I also played, no shocker to anybody, I didn't play Apex this whole weekend. I didn't play Apex. Why? Because Warzone's back. That's why. I played Call of Duty Warzone when they went back to Verdansk, which is basically, literally, it's OG Warzone. They took all the stuff people hated out of Warzone's updates, and they just went, we're just giving you the old map, which they did redo the old map as far as the visuals go to where they actually it looks real pretty now. Like they did some upgrades to it. It looks visually nice. But that nostalgia bug of like, do you remember during COVID when you and your boys were dropping in Verdansk left every day, all day? It hit so much. Like dropping in certain spots, I was just remembering like, I remember that. I remember landing there. I remember having these fights there. I remember also like every time I was playing there, clips from my stream in my head were just popping in of like funny times when Buzz threw a grenade over this building and killed somebody with it. Like just crazy things like that. But they really did just kind of treat it like what they did with OG Fortnite. It's the same. It's season 0's map. Like they went straight back to that. They went the buys, the way you buy guns, the way you buy loadouts, the pricing of everything. It's just like it was. The only thing different now is all the guns that are in the game are all the guns that are currently like Black Ops 6 guns. So it's not, original Modern Warfare. Let me rephrase that. Modern Warfare 2019 guns. But it's fun, man. It really is. And I was really worried because Call of Duty, there's so many times where Call of Duty says, we've got X, Y, and Z figured out. We're going to make X, Y, and Z better. And you hope, and you just go, I believe you. And then they just lie to you because it doesn't get fixed or it doesn't work as intended. But so far, the one thing I'll say that they did do this time is, and this sucked in the past, there was no option to turn off crossplay. So if you were on console, there was no option to turn it off, meaning you were always going to be in lobbies with PC people, meaning you were always potentially in lobbies with cheaters. And it sucked. And like one of the things they actually said was, we actually have crossplay off now to where you can just play with console people. So that whole risk of like, you're not going to run into cheaters on console, right? So at least you can shut that off to where you have even playing field. But I played with Buzz and them who were on PC. I didn't come across one person who I actually was like blatant cheater. Because sometimes you would get killed and you could tell immediately, like, oh, I got shot and killed in 2 seconds because every shot was a headshot. Cool. You could tell clear as day, and it would just ruin the experience. Like, why? And the worst part is how are people combating cheaters? By becoming cheaters themselves. That's it. Just became so bad, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Warzone. Is just you don't want to deal with that. It's just like not fun. Apex doesn't really have cheaters that bad. Fortnite, out of all games, I've seen cheaters in them barely. But let me rephrase that. I've seen cheaters, but not in my games. Like I've seen them on internets as like examples. Like here's an example of someone who's cheating in Fortnite. I've never ran across anybody playing that game. So it's like Call of Duty was always the worst about making sure that wasn't a problem. They would tell you all day long, we've added this, and this. Still cheaters. Give it 2 weeks, cheaters. Or week cheater. Like it sucked. And I mean, you would tell cheaters too because they would have skins that were announced but not available to purchase yet. Like, how do you have the Ghostface skin when we can't even buy that yet? Oh, you're not a dev.
And that's gotta be like the easiest way to detect someone.
Oh yeah,
as a cheater. Like that's not hard at all to put in logic.
Exactly.
If skin not released and is on character, ban.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, here's the thing that sucks. You'd imagine. But did it happen? No. So that's the thing. I was like, I had high hopes for everything they were talking about, like with the updates and all the things they were changing back. I was just like, yes, please be good. And it really is. Now, I played it for the first weekend. Here's the scary part. Did they figure out cheats already? Am I going to play this weekend and I'm going to run into a bunch of cheaters now? I really hope not. Technically, I can turn off crossplay, but then I'm not going to be able to play with Buzz. And if I'm not playing COD with Buzz, I'm not going to play it. So yeah, that's but like I said, for the weekend that I did have with it so far, I'm having a blast. It is super fun. I just wanted a mix of something different besides Apex. I still love Apex. I'm not tired of it, but it's nice to be able to be like, hey, Apex sucks today. Do you want to go play COD? Yeah, I mean, just like to have that option as something that is equally as fun without having to worry about cheaters or nonsense or whatever, or games crashing or just whatever. But I'm happy that they seem to have figured it out. What they're going to do to keep people still playing it, I don't know. Like, are they just going to restart and just go, we're just going to do all the seasons of what Verdansk went through again? I don't know. They talked about like the mid-season update. They're going to do some of the map changes that they did throughout the different seasons to kind of make it how it was before the map actually went away. But yeah, no, like having fun with that. And then I also played another game, but I'm going to put a pin in that as well. So Mitch played something besides a shooter, guys. It's crazy. I know. Buckle up.
Write it down.
Wild. Absolutely.
Golf claps all around.
There you go. Absolutely. Thank you. Lockleth, what did you play?
I played one game and one game only, Mitch. Thank you for asking. I played South of Midnight. Of Midnight. In that game, yes, we're unpinning it because yes, Bowser and Mitch have also played, I believe, because I can see the notes. It's all here. Behind the scenes. You're welcome. It's fun. I've streamed it twice. I like I thought it was just Louisiana lore, but I feel like there's Georgia in it too. There's big peaches everywhere in like a swampy area. And I was very confused because I was like, Louisiana isn't known for their peaches. Like, what's going on here?
It's true.
And even Seth was calling it out. He's like, I know Louisiana. He's like, I don't know about the peaches, but so maybe it's more than just that one state. Yeah. Maybe it's just southern
I think it's just
states.
General, it's the South.
Yeah. Yep. So, but I really like it. I did have to bump it down to easy, unlike Bowser. Did you bump it down to easy, Bowser?
No, I played on normal.
Well, I'm just a baby. So I bumped it down to easy because I started getting angry. Okay, are we surprised? No,
I'm gonna tell you something. Two-Toed Tom almost had me put it on story mode.
He was bad. I was so mad.
I couldn't figure out how to dodge the attacks.
Where you can't get hurt. It's just look at the story. She said almost put it on story mode.
But that's a praise to the game because it has hard, normal, easy, story, and custom difficulty modes.
Yeah. Several options.
Yep. What do you think, Mitch? You're probably the one that's played the least.
Yes. I played for, I think it's chapter 3 or chapter 4 or something like that. I do like the game. So far, I would say the thing I like the most about it are the characters so far. The characters are great. My favorite is the main character. She doesn't act like this is all okay. Like, she's very much like, what the hell is happening right now? That's like, I just feel like that's such a, like, imagine you right now just get thrown into that world and she's not like, oh my God, I have the ability to do so many things. She's like, yo, what the hell is happening right now? Is that a talking fish? Like, what is going on right now? I just love that part because that's like the super realistic characters. Her neighbor who's like, oh man, we got to avoid this hurricane. He's like, I'm drinking. I'm good. I'm like, that's real. That is a person. That is a person.
I know several bows in my life.
Exactly. And then another neighbor who's just like, oh, come on in. I'll fix you dinner. Like, you definitely know there's other, there's like grandmas that are in the South that are just like that too. So I actually, yeah.
Nasty. Get out of here. Gizzards. Gross. Never had them. Nasty.
No, she formed her opinion already. But no, I'm a really big fan of the character so far. And she called that catfish a trifling ass mud cat. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. But yeah, no, so far it's good. Combat wise, like you kind of mentioned, here's the one thing I want to say after watching Lockleth play. You can lock onto people, right?
I'm going to turn off my camera now.
Don't turn off your camera. Do you know you can lock onto people? That's just
yes, but I forget. Okay, I panic. Okay. Listen here.
So we just need to remind Lockleth, if you're watching her streams, just remind her, gentle reminder. Don't say, hey, what are you doing? Like, don't do that.
Don't be like McBeal and say like, hey, you probably should just, dodge those rocks that are coming at you. Like, shut up, McBeal. Okay.
Yeah. I say McBeal, like, he was super trolling. But the lock, I will say the enemy so far, I was a little thrown off by how quickly I feel like you get so many abilities. Like they give them to you just like, here you go. Here's your wall run. Here's your double jump. Here's your glide. Like, they give them to you back to back, almost in like one chapter. And I was a little like weirded out by that because I thought, okay, maybe like this first scene will be more use of the double jump. And then, then the next chapter, you get more use out of the glide. And the next chapter, you get use out of the, no, they're just like, here's all of the cool things you can do at once. And obviously I haven't played too much of it, but so far I haven't ran into too much of a variety of enemies. So that's the only thing that's a little weird. Like, I imagine there's some that are like almost all games are like that, right? You get to the point where like this enemy, you have to do this attack on in order for you to hurt it at all. So I haven't gotten to that part yet. But overall though, like so far I'm having fun with it. I did not do the stop motion animation for the gameplay. I can tell you that. It just, if I have to be honest, it reminded me of a game that has a bad frame rate, and I couldn't do it. I'm just like, no, I'd rather have the smooth gameplay when I'm actually fighting.
Right,
See, I didn't even notice it, like the stop motion setting in the gameplay.
I didn't
like
either.
In the cutscenes, it's there and it's obvious and it's great. But like,
and cutscenes,
I didn't even notice it in the gameplay. It still felt really smooth to me.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I played it initially just running around and stuff like that, and I was like, no, the cool thing is, again, options, right?
Yep.
They didn't force it on you. They said, if you want a smooth gameplay, here's your option. So I do appreciate that. But I like I said, I don't mind it in the cutscenes, but just the gameplay of it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too used to playing games that have like all these frames. And I was just like, yeah, this is just not vibing with me. But kudos to them for at least having the option for it. Also, tons of accessibility options. Do you want the font this big on your screen? Like, they gave me like seven tabs I had to go through just to get the start of the game. So I did think that was also cool as well. At least, again, just giving people options to play these games. And the story, the difficulties, like you said, there is a story option where you can, I think that's cool that they have that, because there are people that just, they're just like, I don't want to just get beat up all day long. I'd rather just see what the story's about. So I think that's
so
cool.
The combat is like, for anyone who hasn't seen videos of it, you get stuck in like a little area. You're kind of bounded into an arena of sorts, and then
like
multiple enemies can spawn, right? I will say the further you get, there are some different, more challenging enemies, and then there's more enemies at once, and that type of thing to kind of ramp things up. So yeah, it can get overwhelming.
Am
Like,
I
I
gonna
got to the
change to
point.
story mode? I'm nervous.
Depends if you lock on or not.
Well, I'll forget. Don't worry.
Actually, I didn't lock on. Like, I tried that at the beginning and decided I didn't like it because
Really?
yeah, because then like someone's coming from another direction and I can't just attack them immediately.
I will say like that. I felt like it was very there's enough on screen like when you're locked onto somebody. I felt at least that like I could tell because there's like indicators when
They
there's
have
danger
indicators.
coming.
Yeah.
So it reminded me of like essentially almost like Batman combat, right? Lock onto one person, you can just beat the hell out of that guy. And even if something's coming from this direction, you get that indicator that something dangerous is happening. And then you can just hit the dodge button and stuff. I also the upgrades as far as finding all the floofs or whatever and getting the upgrades, like they seem expensive right off the rip. Like all of a sudden it's like, here's 80. I'm like, 80? Like, okay, I guess I just
think
gotta
they
slow
go
down
up
and look for them.
to the last round is 125
A piece?
a piece.
Jeez.
There's only
Louise.
2 upgrades I didn't get through my whole.
Is it possible in one run to do them all or no? I
I
wonder.
would think so. I'd have to go back and look.
I know
there's,
one of the
like, an
achievements is getting
achievement.
all.
You
Yeah.
get all the floofs, get all the upgrades, do all the things. Yeah.
Okay, so a floof is like a little, like white magical dust thing. I don't know what it is. It's like a little cloud. You come
It's
across
basically,
them.
yeah, it's like a little post and it's got
Yeah.
a cloud on it. And then you walk
Mhm.
up and go, gimme. And
Yeah.
then you get upgrade points. So that's what a floof is.
Yeah, it's just towards a tree, one of those like tree things that like upgrades your abilities and such.
I just felt they were super expensive. I was just like, I was finding them and each one was giving me like 5, 10, 10 here.
Yeah.
10. It's like your next upgrade's 80. I'm like, damn, okay. Maybe these floofs will start
I think-
getting more later, but
Yeah, and you're getting closer. I don't know if you've done if you've like completed a story yet. You'll go to an area and there'll be like 3 different battles you have to do, and each time you finish one, you get like a cutscene with some story.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then you piece it all together and do the final part of it. Like each of those battles gives you floofs as well.
Okay.
So it
Well,
starts to like add up, even if you aren't running around gathering everything like I
There's-
was.
There's 2 stories that I've seen so far. I mean, one of them, like the tree, for example, like that story. I mean, I
Yeah.
just got past that, by the way. Like
Okay.
right where you release, the fish and then like you get off his back and then she says that line, which I love so much. That's exactly where I stopped. So, and also that is super cool. The stories that they have that they like tell you and like those are great stories. That's super cool as well. I like that.
Yeah, I like how they take these stories that seem completely unrelated to what you're doing
Hmm.
and they make them related.
Right.
Like that first one is getting the catfish, right? Like getting
Mhm.
him released. But even the other stories that come along, they all kind of tie in to what's going on with your character.
Yeah. Like you wonder how that preacher lady is gonna
Yep.
come back to wherever you're at, like her story that you see.
Yep. They do a really good job with that. One thing I really like is the audio design. I mean, even from just like bugs chirping and making noises while you're hopping along, they have like full on songs with lyrics and
Yeah.
all that awesomeness. And then there's one part towards the end of the game where you're kind of like in a town. It's not really a town, but a dreamy town, I guess. But you can hear like it would be like you're in New Orleans, and as you go past this building, you hear like a jazz band playing, and then it
Mhm.
fades off as you get further away. Then you start to hear another thing happening over here. Like it really sounds good in that way. Like there's a lot going on there that maybe you don't think about when you're just running through a game, but I don't know, it really caught me, especially in that area, in that town.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
The songs are really good. Like I would
Yes.
stop every now and again and be like, oh. It's
Yeah.
like- especially
And
with
they're-
it having lyrics too. Like usually it's just very instrumental and like fitting for the game, but adding in like lyrics every now and again, I'm like, okay, they did a little extra. I see you, game.
Yeah, and it's like songs about the characters in the game.
Right.
And the one song is about Two-Toed Tom. And it was a question that came up in Lockleth's stream, like, is that Dolly Parton singing it?
It sounds just like her.
It's not Dolly, but definitely sounds a lot like her. Like, this is very, especially early Dolly, bluegrass, like, banjo twanging, that type of music. It was not Dolly Parton. What's the name? I
I
looked it up.
forgot. You put
Caroline Owens
it in. Yeah.
is the artist that did that song. And then I went and listened to some of her other music, and she does have that very Dolly sound. I'm like, ooh, maybe I just found
Bowser found a new artist
a
to
new
listen
singer.
to.
Yep, I'm good for a while. I'm set.
No, the music's really good. It's really good. I like the fluidity of the movements in the game, even though I'm not the best with the battling mechanics and such. But just like the swinging from, I don't know, branches and such, and then like the wall runs and things too. Like it just feels very smooth.
And wall runs where you don't fall off.
Yes. Yeah.
Like in
I
Star
almost had a
Wars
problem with
Jedi
that.
Survivor, like you can only wall run for so long and then you drop off. No, you can run as long as you want, and you can like move up and down on the wall as you're doing it. And sometimes you have to, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
There's like a chase sequence where you kind of have to like, that happens in the game where you have to kind of use all your movement and stuff. And as a guy who loved Titanfall's wall run and Jedi Survivors, I was like, this is easy, bro. Just stick to the wall and it's just boom.
I love it.
You just run. There's
Baby
no
did.
drop. Don't need to worry about physics here. We're fine.
No.
Everything's cool. Why can't I just float in the air instead of just I have to double jump?
She's got a glider. She can float anywhere. It makes sense.
A magical glider that just appears out of nowhere, and we're worried about physics. Please.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. You're right.
There's a talking fish, Mitch. Okay.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
What do you mean?
Buenos comms. Yeah. That part just threw me off. I was like, just because like the wall running. Yeah, she's magic, Mitch. That makes sense. You're right. You're right. I'll shut up. It's magic. My bad.
She's magical.
That's true. That's true. Also, her grandma is a terrible person. I just want to also say that.
Oh, Bunny.
Bunny. Yeah.
Terrible person.
What a worse name for somebody who's supposed to be probably sweet but isn't,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's why she turned out the way she is.
Maybe.
Like if your name was Bunny, maybe you'd be evil as well. Just saying.
I could see it.
Permanent villain era? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Just forever villain.
Yeah. But she like the embodiment of rich Southern woman with too much money and power in a town. They really captured that
crazy?
As well.
There's definitely one woman in the South that's just like, shit, did they look at me and make that person? Like, know there is somebody that's just like,
done all the same things.
I'm catching a cease and desist. Like, I'm throwing something out there. Be like, look at me. Look at her.
To be fair, the women who do look like that are not watching this game.
That's true.
No.
True.
They might see their grandchild play it and not care and walk away.
It's your brain.
Yeah.
Timmy.
What's that devil box? Get it out of here.
Don't stay up all night, Timmy. We gotta go to church in the morning,
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta get ready for Sunday service,
Oh my god.
Eat your greens, get strong and tall,
Gizzards and
catch
greens.
crawfish.
Gizzards. You better eat your gizzards, Billy. You better eat your gizzards.
No, thank you.
Ugh, disgusting.
But no,
disgusting.
But so far, I do like it though. It's fun. And again, it doesn't see. How many chapters are there?
15?
14.
Oh, 14.
14?
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
And I feel like I got through 4, not terribly long. I think I played it for like a couple hours, like 2 or 3, somewhere like 2 or 3 hours, something like that. So again, like so far, I haven't heard anybody say it's too long. As far as the game goes, I haven't heard anybody say it, it's paced poorly. Like everybody says it's paced really well. So, and I thought about playing it on PC instead of Xbox. And I was talking to Bowser about it before. Apparently the PC version looks near identical to the Series X version. Like it's the same game. It's not like the PC version is like way prettier or anything. So I just played on my Xbox.
It's pretty enough on Xbox.
It's really good on Xbox. Yeah. I'm a fan.
So Mitch, I have a question for you. Are you going to finish the game? Because I know I am, and Bowser's already done it.
I would like to, yeah. I think it's a game that I'm not saying the story, the chapter part of it makes it easy to pick up for a short amount of time and put down, right?
Mhm.
So like that's the problem sometimes with like big single player games. Like I'll pick up the game months later and go, what the hell am I doing? Who the hell am I helping? Where is this map? What are the controls? Like it seems like this game you can easily digest into like just a 2-hour chunk, get like 2 chapters done, keep going. And again, the controls aren't like, oh my God, so complex. And it's a pretty linear story. Like there's not. The cool thing I'll say too, especially if you do come back to the game and you're just like, where the hell do I go? Click.
Mhm.
That's where you go. Like
Yeah.
it is like in a way like kind of easy mode. You can just click a button and go. But also the cool thing is you can also adjust that if you want to. Like you could turn that thing off if you want to truly explore it yourself and not have to be kind of shepherded of where you want to go.
See, I use it for the opposite reason. I have it tell me which way is the main story way, and then I go every way else to make
Exactly.
sure I find all the floofs.
That's exactly what I was doing as well, because I was like, cool, I know for a fact I have to go that way, but I know there's something over there. And I just walk
Yep.
over there and see.
You're so smart. I didn't think of that. What?
She has no upgrade. She's like, hold on a tick. What are
I
you
do
telling me
have
right now?
upgrades. I found them, but that's really intelligent. Golly, why didn't I get that from you, Mom? God, such a big brain.
I'll teach you. It's okay.
5 head, big brain. Not
Yeah.
me though. Not me. I barely understand. I can't read. No, so far though, it's super good. I am very happy that. Also, not upset it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I'm able
At
to
all.
play it.
Exactly. I also wanted. I feel like this is 100% a game for all you people that don't have an Xbox that will absolutely go to other consoles. Like that will absolutely go to PlayStation and Switch too, because it's again, it's like these smaller experiences that. Will you buy an Xbox for it? No. If you have Game Pass, will you benefit from it? Hell yeah, right? We just got it, and it's a cool game. Not a bad game at all, and I think that's definitely a game they could put on something else and make people pay $40 for it. Because that's the other thing that's cool too. Even if you don't have Game Pass, it's only $40, I think, $40, which is awesome. Again,
It's not
like
that
taking the
expensive.
approach of like, we know this isn't some crazy AAA game. We don't need to charge you higher price. We're going to go a little bit lower with this. Wish some other companies thought that way, but we won't get into that.
Yep.
But I'm happy to have this because again, most Xbox Game Pass games are just shooters and racing and shooters and racing. It's a lot. And again, what's our next big one? Doom. Like, okay, yeah, it's super bro shooter.
Our next
So I'm
big
happy
one
that-
is a turn-based RPG. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's true.
Expedition 33.
I'll keep playing South of Midnight. It's okay. You could have fun with that game. I will play South of Midnight. And
I'm going to try it because Game Pass, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Why
the cool part about Game Pass. Like, especially if you have it, why not? I mean, unless you have a data cap and your data limit sucks, then don't. But like, if you have a data cap, I'm so sorry. But yeah, otherwise, very happy it's on Game Pass. Very happy it's a solid win for Microsoft because it's a fun game and it's not your typical shooters or typical Xbox game, I should say. So
yeah. Say it took me 11 and a half hours to finish the game. I searched for a lot of floofs. I did not get them all.
right.
I don't think I'll go back and try for those achievements. I don't. That just doesn't sound fun. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll add a mode that makes it easy to find the ones you didn't find or something. But I'm good. Like I got my value from this game. It did not like overstay its welcome. I think it is the right length of a game. The story was good. The story all made sense and has a satisfying ending. And yeah, I'm very happy with the way it all panned out. It's definitely in my top games of the year for 2025. So,
I would say same.
mhm.
I would say ditto.
Ditto.
She said it all, but I'll just say ditto.
Does it, and as a person who's beat the game, does it tell you like you missed so many floofs in this chapter? Is there any sort of
know-
stats like that to tell you that stuff?
While you're in a chapter, if
Mm-hmm.
you pause, it'll show you how many you've collected.
Right.
Oh.
It'll show you like the floofs and if there's like a health upgrade thing in that level or that chapter.
But there's nothing like when you go back, like let's say New Game Plus, let's just call it that, right? Is there a way to chapter
didn't
select? Is
try.
there a way? Oh, you haven't tried it? Okay.
Didn't try.
I'm looking on a couple different achievement tracker websites to see, because sometimes it'll tell you like, you need to play the game at least 2 times to get everything. You know, you have to do this. This is missable, like these types of things. And there's,
I mean,
there's not even guides
there's
for it yet.
certainly missable stuff, right? Like, it's not an open world. There are some sections that are far more linear, right? And you can't go back once you've crossed those thresholds. But if I had to guess, there's probably enough loops to do all the upgrades in one run if you knew where they all were. Right?
Sure.
But,
yeah, I mean,
Well,
like I said, I don't know what kind of crazy, if it's a super duper. I mean, even the completionist on it, I don't think was that wild of a time. Like, I don't think it was like,
No.
40, 60 hours, nothing like that.
It
This
can't
says
be much more
completionist, says
than what I
14.
did.
Yeah, it literally says 14. So,
Yep.
Main plus
Yep.
extras is 11 and a half hours, which is literally what Bowser said she played it
That's
for.
literally what I
Like,
did.
that's
I am the
literally what she did.
statistic.
It's going
Yep.
to take me 15 and I'm not going to find everything.
PVO.
As long as you're having fun.
Always.
And you're also playing it while on stream. That just makes
Yeah.
everyone go slower because you're talking to people and
Yeah,
doing other
yelling at
stuff, right?
people. Yeah.
Yeah, yelling at McBeal, banning him.
No,
You know,
100%. I'm forever traumatized. Thank you, McBeal, for traumatizing me.
Take that up with HR.
nice.
Hey, me also. Hi.
I like how she just did a chair spin. She's like, hold on a second.
Hold
Comes
on.
back around.
takes out a name badge.
Yeah, exactly. Hi.
Nice,
I'm
we need
HR
that.
Solve.
Also
Right.
me.
That's
But
fine.
while we're on the subject, we have some questions related to this.
Oh,
First
hey.
up, we'll go to Tim Paullin, who says, I'm on chapter 11 of South of Midnight and loving all of it. Do you think Compulsion will get the accolades it deserves? My opinion so far, this is one of the best games I've played ever on any platform. Have a great show.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Everybody at Compulsion is super happy to hear that. I just want to throw that
Yeah.
out there. Like, they're
Yeah.
like, damn, dude.
I don't know if it's just because I'm tapped into like the Xbox world, like I follow Xbox and Game Pass accounts and like Sarah Bond and stuff, where I'm seeing a lot of this. Like, this game is really out there in my social feeds. Like, is it because I've curated that group, the people that would care about it?
hmm
I'm trying to spread the word. Lockleth out here streaming it. Like, I'm trying to let people know it's a good game.
We're trying our best. Okay. We're just.
I recommended it to Queen because I felt like that was a very Queen game.
Yes,
that
I
I'd seen her
think
on
Queen
stream.
would really like that game
Yep.
as well.
I immediately was
Yep.
like, you need to play this. And again, like, I think she'll like the story and like just everything about it. Like, people need to know about that game, especially.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Microsoft didn't do a good job of like talking about it, because I feel like they did. I don't think there's TV commercials or like advertising as much like that though, because it's also not a AAA $60 or $70 game, whatever, right? It's not a Doom, it's not a COD, it's not Halo or Gears or whatever. So it might not get the marketing push, but they should have blasted that all over your Xbox homepage. And I think the Xbox app actually did have some theming around South of Midnight, which is cool. But yeah, that thing needs to be super shown off to everybody.
Yep. And who knows? We'll see what happens as the year plays out. This is looking like a very big year for Xbox and Game Pass games. So it could get lost in the shuffle by the time we get to the end of the year and Game of the Year awards are being handed out. But right now it's pretty high up on my list. So. All right. Next up, let's see. Let's go to Toxic. This is after playing this a bit. Is it just me being from the South, but does anyone else agree that we need more games based on the South and its history and lore?
I agree. It's one of the reasons I played it in the first place because, well, I have not always lived in Michigan. This is very new. I have lived in I grew up in Arkansas and I went to school in Louisiana. So, and that's why I can do the accent very well because I lived down there. Okay.
Lived it.
I lived it. That was my life.
Did you see a giant catfish?
I've seen plenty of catfish in my day, but not that big. So,
okay, heard. Okay.
Yeah. I've eaten a lot of fried catfish, which is actually very delicious. Gizzards.
I have too. It's
much.
delicious.
It is. Hush puppies. Ooh, don't get me started.
Oh, hush puppies. Goodness
You're talking to a fat man right now. I'm super stoked right now. We're talking about hush puppies. Let's get it.
But I think there needs to be more. I think there just needs to be more representation of different areas of the US that aren't just big cities, LA. Like, I'm tired of LA. We've seen it. in 1,000 games. We've seen New York
You're
City.
not
We
happy
know
about New LA and Xenobabes?
I don't know. We need more, okay? I just want more. I want variety. Because I don't think I would have been as interested if it didn't have that part in it. Like,
Yeah.
that was the most interesting part to me. But now that I'm playing it, I'm super stoked because of how all the positives, like the fluidity, the story, and all that.
Yeah. What do you think, Fee? I'm gonna wake you up over there.
Wow.
Hold on,
Come on,
she's here still. Hold on a
Fee.
second. She's like, oh, I got it from a nap. What's up? There's
Oh
questions.
man. What questions? What do you mean? What are the questions? So what's going on?
Well,
What year is
Fee,
it?
Do we need some more games from the South?
Yeah, I think like what you were all saying, I think representation, especially in other regions that are not as popular, or specifically like ones that are popular game wise. As much as I love to go tearing it up on like the streets of LA, like in things like GTA, or now we have like GTA 6 coming out, I think there's really good opportunities to have different, like, why not a Midwest game? Why not some
Yeah.
like weird, like something going on there? Guys, stuff happen. Like, I'm assuming something happens in the Midwest, okay?
It doesn't. It really does. Go to Kansas. Tell me something awesome that happens there. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's a bunch of flat plains. Like,
No, like I think there's, but I think it's like really funny, and it's kind of the same thing that happens like at least here in like even in Nova Scotia, for example. I talk about this quite often. Is like there is a show called Lock and Key on Netflix, and they showed a bunch of photos of different towns and everything to like just a like essentially a group of people, and asked like what's the one that looks the most Maine, and they chose literally a place in Nova Scotia, guys. That's where it's recorded. It's literally a place called Lunenburg. And I think like I'm gonna sound a little biased. I think it'd be cool to see some games like based in Canada too, like specifically in like smaller regions. Like I think there's really good opportunities. I know that there's even like horror and like kind of like creepy kind of like folk stuff happening in at least my neck of the woods, but there's like tons of different opportunities to tell different stories. And of course, I think having something like this is kind of a good like gateway to see more of that. And I'm hoping that we do get to see more, and not just like of course having the fantasy aspect or specifically the supernatural aspect, I guess, if you will. But yeah, being able to have that kind of like twist and like having like the sounds of that particular region, and then hearing the jazz, because I was watching a friend play it yesterday before I had to go lay down for a second because I was getting motion sick watching them play, which was kind of
no.
wild. So I love the music, so I'm hoping. And yes, I know we were joking about the Midwest, of course, but no, I think there's a lot of like, you guys have 50 states. There's
do.
multiple places that you could tell stories from and be able to like talk about that region or stuff like that. So yeah, go to town. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think like another thing that happens in gaming is like copycat stuff happens, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like how many different game showcase have we said like, oh, this is the year of space games, or this is the zombie apocalypse
Yes.
year, you know? So maybe in a couple of years you'll see more people, maybe not all just in the South, but picking up some different like regional things and really diving into the lore, the myths, the legends of a particular area, you know?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. No, I like
I'm
I
hopeful
know
that'll happen.
I know like last year when we had Wukong and seeing like different mythology from like different regions, I love that type of stuff. Like I
Yeah.
love being able to see something that's not as popular in the West. And I know I'm kind of saying this when we're currently talking about a video game literally about the South of the United States, but no, it's seeing something different. I want to see something. I like avoiding what you were talking about, Bowser, because I remember a few years back when we had all those zombie games come out. I'm sorry, I kind of rolled my eyes and I'm like, I'm not interested.
Yep.
I'm sick of zombie games. So I want to see something different. And when something like that occurs, like with this game, I'm just like, hell yeah, we need more of this. Not too much, like I'm saying that like
Yeah.
within like, don't everyone go out and do this. But no, talking like the games of the regions that you live in, I think that's a really good cool way of doing it as well, because there's folk stories about every town and small town and being able to like represent that.
Everyone's got their ghost stories, you know.
Exactly. 100%. So go for it. Why look out when you could look in and look at your town specifically?
I think for me, like that's the concern, right? Is like, for example, I just hate to bring this back to certain, but like back in the PS2 era, it was all World War II shooters. That's it. Like no one cared about modern. Everybody was like World War II, storming beaches, Normandy, all this whatever, right?
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, Modern Warfare happens, and it's popular because it's current, and everybody's like, "Cool, screw that, all modern games from now on." And then Titanfall came out, and it's like, "Cool, all futuristic shooters from here on." Like, there's always these trends and stuff like that, and I don't mind if more games get represented from other areas. I think the difference with me though is like that game with that art style is what worked for me, right? A game taking place in Louisiana by itself, would I care if it was like Mafia or GTA? No. The fact that they mix that type of game with that art style is really what drew me into it. So, I mean, even if you are going to blast a game, like for example, I always thought about like a Spider-Man, you know, Spider-Man's in New York, right? Every Spider-Man game's happened in New York, of course. But would it be cool if it was all like hand-drawn New York, like a comic book style New York, right? You can do like different areas and just mix up the art style a little bit to make it more unique. But that's the thing that drew me into this game. Cause like, if you told me like the new GTA is set in Louisiana, I wouldn't care. And that sounds mean. I'm just not as interested in that area. Cause again, Miami, New York, LA, like for a Grand Theft Auto game, that makes more sense. I want to say a Mafia game actually was based in Louisiana. I think I could be wrong there. I thought there was one, but I just think if you're going to do it, just mix up the art style with it to match it, plus the story, plus the mythology, and like all the things that are going on. I'm a huge fan of that. Yes.
It was Mafia 3.
That's what I thought. I thought there was a Mafia game that was based in Louisiana, which again, I'm not saying there's not cool things with it, but did that entice me to want to play it? No. But if you mix it up the way they did, I like that a lot.
I think there's a difference of taking a franchise that isn't about the location and putting it in a specific location versus like this game, the story was the location, right? Like they were so tied together. Like this is a story of the South and one character's experience with some of the lore in that area. So I think you could do that with any region. It's like as long as you say that is our story. It's not GTA set in New York City or Wichita or whatever, right? It's
GTA set in Wichita would be the worst game on earth.
Would be.
Sorry.
There's nothing to steal here. What do I do?
There's no This is a bunch of fields. What are we doing here? Why is there crime here?
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I also kind of agree with Jan in the chat who said like Red Dead Redemption 2, because you get to see like multiple different regions of what was considered the West at that time. So they took like different parts of different states and then they made this amalgamation of this one region.
Yep.
And so I love stuff like that, and like finding it like getting people who are passionate about it is a huge thing as well. It has to be a group of people that are either from the region or are really excited about it. Because if it's just like trying to sell it because, oh, it's a new thing, I wouldn't be cool with it.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't make any sense to have a GTA in a one street town, because that would be a real boring GTA.
One stoplight just flashing in the middle of a town. That would suck, dude.
Wait, you guys have stoplights?
Yeah, exactly. My goodness. No, I like, as someone who grew up in like literally a one like stoplight town. Like there was only one stoplight. Mind you, my town looked like it was out of Gilmore Girls, so it was one-way streets and like it was very picturesque. And so it's just I would love to see more like a variety, and not only just gameplay wise. And I think that's also why like one of my my shout out for this week was specifically a game that's played in a whole different fashion rather than just a controller or keyboard and mouse. So I'm here for it. But yeah, now I'm just trying to think of like a GTA game in a very small town, and that no.
It would last. It would be 4 hours. There'd be one crime they'd do, and then they would leave town and be like credits.
Well, I mean, that's usually what happens at essentially the cold open of a GTA game. It's usually like
a 5,
for GTA 5. It's literally they're in a small town and they have to break out in the middle of a snowstorm, and then they get chased down by policemen, and then they're like GTA 5, and then you're in like Los Santos. So
By the
it's
way, great intro to a game. That's such
What-
a good
I
intro.
don't even
dude.
remember
Oh my
it.
God. Oh, the bank heist scene where they break into a bank and then there's Snow and there's Trevor and
yeah.
so good.
No, it's a very fun specific game, but it also makes sense to have it in a what we now think is Miami. Like, and I say
Yeah.
think of as Miami because they're probably going to do some sort of amalgamation like they usually do with
Yeah.
Rockstar games. But yeah, I want to more stories, guys.
Yeah.
More stories. That's why I'm a huge story video. Like, I'm a huge story fan in video games. Because we actually get to see some of that, funny enough, in like Dead by Daylight. There's like characters that are like represented of different regions and backgrounds and like different like timelines. Of course there are like the big baddies from like movies and they have a bunch of licenses, but there's also like characters that like they're in. Actually, I think one of the characters is actually from New Orleans, which is funny. So it's being able to see those types of like a place in a region that you wouldn't expect is what I love. So it's also like the content I want to watch on YouTube. It's just like, oh, this person lives in like the coldest place in the world and they make YouTube videos. Sick. I want to watch that.
Right.
Or like people who own a catamaran and they like go around in the yes, Lockleth?
I have a game idea.
Yes.
A game idea. You know the show Alone? Like no one does anyone. Oh my god, I'm the only one. I'm on an island. Okay, it's
You
called
are alone.
I'm literally alone. It's like up to like 10 people, I think. They're all placed by themselves in like I think one of them takes place in like Alaska. So they're all like
Yep.
in these like deep areas and it's like during the winter they have to like make it to I think they each have their own goal, but you have to be the last one like so many days. Like a lot of them go like I can go 100 days. And you have the basics. You have to build your own like shelter, you have to find food, you have to basically survive, and they do the health checks every now and again to make sure people aren't starving, in which case they have to end up pulling people if there's like a health hazard. But I digress. What I was going to say was the show Alone, if you ever watch it, that would be an awesome game where it's a bunch of multiplayer or like you play multiplayer with a bunch of other people and you're all in your own spaces trying to survive in this like alone space. Oh, that'd be fun in Alaska. That'd be cool.
You get
Throw it in
attacked by
Michigan
bear.
during the winter. Why not? Let's put the Great Lakes around us. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh
Can't
my
fish if
goodness.
the lake's frozen.
No, you can't. You can't.
Right.
You got to
I would-
prepare ahead of time before winter hits. Like it's this whole thing, Bowser.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Y'all should watch it. Add
Everybody
it to
check
your
it out.
list right now, or I'll be upset.
Or
Added.
then, I mean, the last time I watched like what is it, ice fishing in a show, which show was that? It was either Bones or Yellow Jackets, and both of them end up with someone being dead. So R.I.P. Because why not? So it's a scary thing. So I think I agree. I know that there's like literally like ice truckers video games. So
Oh,
why
yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Trucking sims.
Let's do it.
So
I remember-
good.
I remember the one game that took place in a location that I was like very weirded out by just because no other game has ever taken place there I've ever known was Far Cry 5. Took place in Montana. And it was like, we're in Montana? Is it 5 or 6? I think it's 6, isn't it?
Isn't there like places in Red Dead 2 that are based on Montana?
Are there? I haven't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. The game focused around a cult and a bunch of hillbillies in Montana. And I always thought that was great. And I was like, I feel like they did the same thing. Like there's somebody in Montana who would definitely offer a cease and desist if they knew what video games were. They'd be like, what is this? That looks like my cousin Billy. You know what I mean? There's some weird stuff in that game. But yeah, Far Cry, I think it was 5. But it was the same thing. If you just put a good story, good
Yeah.
location, crazy situation that game was. That game is awesome. One of the best endings, one of the best like endings that you're like, oh no, this is the ending, but in a good way. It's really good.
There's no specific place in Red Dead 2 that's specifically Montana. However, there is a Montana jacket, which is probably where I got the Montana name from.
Got it.
Because I'm pretty sure I own that in the game. So
Got
thumbs
it.
up this video game. love a good Red Dead Redemption too, even though I've
Right.
never played the actual game.
You don't know if it's in the game because you didn't play. It's fine.
I played
I have-
online, okay? I have hundreds of hours at this point online, not in the actual game.
That's the one game that, like, if I need to, have a game that I play forever and ever and ever, I feel like Red Dead is going to be that game. But, like, GTA 6 is coming out. Like, I really just want to play that.
Mitch, just play it now. We should both
Play
just
Red
it.
Dead now.
Yes, we both play it.
We'll see.
No,
We'll see.
I think it's on sale right now. I think.
Oh, I own it. That's the craziest part.
You
bought
own
it.
Okay, you have no.
I bought it the day it came out because everyone and their mother was talking about how good this game was, and I bought it the day it came out, and
Mitch.
I played it for like 2 hours, and I just, probably Apex or something happened. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And by the way, no one has told me it's bad or I shouldn't play it. I just want to point that out. Not one person has ever said, don't ever play this.
I hear that it's the best game ever.
People literally have
people.
said it is their favorite game of all time. So
it's up there.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
All
Thanks for
right.
watching.
Thank you, Toxic. Next up, we got Quaggy, who says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes. How confident are we that South of Midnight will get its sequel, aptly named North of Noon?"
What a stupid name, Quaggy. Next question.
I'm going to roll with it. We're going to get North of Noon, and it's going to be based in Western Pennsylvania, aka
Okay.
the Yinzer area. It's going
Yes,
to just
please.
be all
If they don't say
Yinzer
yins,
language, and no one's going to understand what they're saying, and I'll have to translate for you. Done.
yes, please. I'm here for it.
I'm
Yes.
still calling it North by Noon. I can't wait.
Okay.
North by Noon.
Yep.
Get out of
All
here.
right, South by Midnight sounds way cooler. I'm sorry, it does. And I've had to, like, consciously, anytime I discuss the game, go
I have to think about it. I don't know
yeah.
why. I don't know why.
I don't know.
That's because we hate reading here. That's why.
Reading's
Well,
hard.
I half read anyways. It's fine.
What do you mean we hate reading here? I love reading, guys.
Fee likes to
I
read.
just finished a book. That's going to be my geek out next week. I got to write that down.
Oh,
Fee should have
I'm not gonna tell you now.
finished a book, but because she's
but
got
here's
book
the thing,
club in a
I'm
month.
reading 2 other books anyway, so that's my problem.
Fee
Girl,
just got so excited for a week from now. She's super stoked. She's like,
Gosh,
ooh.
she remembered something.
okay.
Super happy.
Before we leave
Yes.
the topic of conversation of South of Midnight,
Mhm.
Yes.
we did not cover the thumbnail at all.
Good
And
job.
we
My
cannot
God!
end this show
Wait,
without having discussed the
I haven't
greatest
gotten there yet.
character in the entire game.
Yes.
Crouton.
Crouton is the most adorable thing ever.
He's so cute. He
love
waddles, y'all. He's a little patchwork quilt, little. He's just a little guy with like straw
little guy.
hair.
He's just a baby.
You
I
can
was just
play
waiting
as
for that.
him. We're talking about the game again. You can play as him. He can go into like little burrows and stuff and like help you.
Yeah. I like the
Cru-
stuff that you see in the little burrows that he goes into.
Yeah, there's like little animals and they're so cute. Crouton is the best little child that I always wanted. I have stuffed animals. I need a stuffy Crouton. That's what I need.
There we
We
go.
need Crouton. We need to that's how we'll get it out about this game. We're gonna have a
Yes.
social media campaign demanding a Crouton plushie. Yes, Lockleth.
Bowser, I'm upset that they have a freaking stuffy mascot from that whatever game Seth mentioned last night that looks like Thumb Cena, like
Cena?
reincarnated. Yeah, they make a stuffy of that mascot, but they don't have a Crouton. They better have a Crouton.
They
I'm gonna
have
say it
to.
like that, Crouton. They better make him. That's
Crouton.
all I gotta say.
For all the
Crouton
old
is the best, and we will die for him.
Crouton.
I'm on Xbox's subreddit. This picture just says, "This is Crouton from South of Midnight. I would kill for Crouton." There's just a
Exactly.
picture of him, and then
Yes.
some people in the comments says that's Voodoo Vince. And anybody who played Xbox back in the day, Voodoo Vince, that was an OG Xbox game. But yeah, so many people like I looked up Crouton South of Midnight. The first suggestion, plush. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everyone's like, guys, if
Take
you guys
my
made
money now, and I don't
if
even
you
have it
made
in the bank
Xbox-
yet.
you've
You
made
don't
an
even got a
Xbox mini
paycheck.
fridge. You made an Xbox mini fridge. You can
right,
make
and you don't have a Crouton plushie? Please.
Yeah, you can make,
what are we
this
doing?
article from Game Rant, Crouton is South of Midnight's breakout star. That is awesome. People are yeah, it says right here is Crouton is one of South of Midnight's biggest highlights. People love that little guy.
You will
that
too,
alone could get them a sequel. That alone could get them a sequel.
Oh yeah.
Like,
just can I play as Crouton? Just give me a Crouton game. I'm here for it.
Right.
Yarden, I hate you, but you're probably right that they'll make like 2 and it'll be a sweepstakes.
Damn it.
That's all they do.
I'll go broke.
Actually, you know what? Crouton is like almost the right shape for an Xbox controller. We need Crouton Xbox controllers. Like, it just like waddles along.
That's true.
Is it not?
He looks like he's rode horses for years with the bow-leggedness that he has.
Because I want someone to paint my controller to look like Crouton.
If he can.
Design a
if
decal,
I send you a
please.
Controller, how much are you going to have to pay to pick it up from the post office?
$700. You have a better chance wiring her money, so she just buys one in Canada.
It's going to be the same price as the Switch 2 for me to pick it up from the...
Oh,
exactly. No, I would. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I haven't even played it, and I haven't even got. Well, I haven't gotten to like my friend hasn't gotten to that point. So I also like. What does their voice sound like? Is it like? Do they talk at all?
there isn't one.
Yeah,
Just kind of like little chirps. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, he makes
like,
little sounds, but like, I don't. Yeah.
Because I saw a photo, because we were on Discord yesterday, and I saw the photo of Crouton just hanging out with 2 bunny rabbits in a rabbit hole. So I'm curious how that works. But you know what? If it's chirps, it makes sense because that's also how rabbits communicate. So,
see,
rabbits also scream if you pick them up, like the babies. It sounds terrifying.
it is absolutely terrifying.
It's scary.
and foxes when they're doing like their mating sounds like children are being murdered.
Jesus Louises.
Sounds the same thing with raccoons. I hear them quite often, and it's very annoying.
That's wild. Y'all both know those noises so damn well.
I mean, when they do it outside my bedroom window, it's hard to not notice.
Get a room.
They have a room.
They
do not.
No. They need to go get to an air mattress in a downtown area.
Yeah, they need to like pass all the
On the golf
RVs
cart.
and find their air mattress and get a room.
So one thing I'll say, speaking of Crouton, let's drive the conversation back this way for the love of God.
Please.
This is the lead character artist at Compulsion Games.
Yeah.
He actually has 3D like side views and all that of Crouton. I give it 2 weeks before somebody 3D prints him.
Bounce is already thinking about it.
Yeah. Because me and her know that, right? Me and her are all like, we know about the 3D print stuff. And like, I'm just scrolling through and I just looked up Crouton like images, seeing if somebody already did it. And like, people do that all the time. They'll take 3D assets from a game, put it in software and make that a 3D model for printing. Yep. And yeah, like I just saw this picture and I just went, this is something right here. I'm going to put it up on screen. This is absolutely something that somebody's going to take and just 3D model it. That's right there. There's going to take that, throw it in Blender or something like that. It tells you all the software that the person used as well to make this thing. Like, yeah, give them 2 weeks. Somebody will have a 3D model of that to print. And that would be, I'm going to say right now, that's a wild 3D model just because there's a lot of like fine hairs. But Bowser's 3D printer could probably do it pretty easily. She's got a really nice one. So if that works, you guys can just ask, Bowser to make you one, and then
Bowser will make them. You'll send them to Fee, who will spend $200 to get the box.
Exactly.
Paint them and send them back.
You're gonna pay money just to
actually no. Fee's house is the warehouse. She's the Amazon lady who picks all the things off and she ships the orders out to people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who needs a real job? Like specifically a 9 to 5 when you can just paint. Oh my God, no. Don't even tempt me with a good time.
I was about to say, like, that sounds kind of great.
It is great. Honestly, sold. Boom. Just south of midnight croutons, sending them out before I get a cease and assist.
A super cease and desist from Phil himself. Phil's gonna be like, "What are we doing? Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, exactly.
Just to
Phil?
let you know about
Phil, Crouton, plushie. I know you have say. Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do it.
you
I'm
got some
gonna-
swing over there at Microsoft. You're the head of Xbox. Could you make it happen? Thanks.
Listen, Phil, listen
Yeah.
up. Wake up from your nap. We want Crouton and a plushie.
Phil,
Get
do
her
me a
done.
favor. Do me a favor. Phil, Crouton plushie.
It's
Thank
actually
you.
going to be what Greeny's area. Isn't he in charge of marketing? Aaron Greenberg, listen up.
Greenberg. Hey, y'all made a mini fridge Xbox.
Facts.
Make it happen. But yeah, real talk, you know what is going to be shitty is when they actually do that sweepstakes thing. That's exactly
I'm gonna be
what
mad.
they're going to do. They're going to do
Yep.
they're going to do 10 of them. And they're going to
Yarden
make people
single-handedly
kill each other
ruined my
on
day.
Yeah, exactly. He brought that up. We're all thinking, "Oh, they can make money and blah blah blah." Nope, they're going to make 10 of them and they're going to be like, "Go on Twitter, which no one's on anymore, and figure it out." That's what's going to happen.
The moment I see that like announcement in the Discord, I am immediately going to the nearest chat in Discord, in Carpool's Discord.
It doesn't matter where it's
And I'm just gonna pick one randomly. I'm gonna scream.
just,
Like,
They're just gonna
Flacco's
scream.
Okay. What's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah.
Scream.
yeah, a lot
All
of
right.
people
Well, I
like you
couldn't
said,
let
it-
us like get past the South of Midnight chat
Thank
and
you.
not talk about our
Thank
boy
you.
Crouton.
I would have been upset. I would have
Yeah.
thought about it afterwards, and I would have been like,
You have to
"Damn it."
come on again next week and talk about Crouton for reals. All right, we have one more question, not South of Midnight related. Yes, Fee?
No, I just said one
Oh.
more one more
Okay,
question.
I thought you were like you had
One
something
more.
to say. Okay, all
Another
right. Back to my question. Savoy Prime says, "Early question for the show, Bowser. What's everyone's hype check for Outer Worlds 2? I really enjoyed the first one. Looking forward to the sequel." So Ron wrote this because Xbox announced their June showcase, and it's going to be immediately followed by an Outer Worlds 2 thing, like they did last year was Call of Duty, right? Was
Right.
that a thing? Yeah, that was
Yes.
Call of
Yes,
Duty.
that was Black Ops 6, yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm super excited that the big like primetime deep dive is on a game I really care about.
Yes.
Like I played the Call of Duty campaign because Game Pass, but I wouldn't have been sad if I missed it. So has anyone else here played Outer Worlds?
I wish I could tell you, but no. Like I'm happy that a game that's not your normal game is getting the attention. I think that's cool, right? Instead of just Doom, Call of Duty, Forza, something getting that spotlight. I'm glad that it is a game that is, it's still made by a company that does, and everybody loves the first Outer Worlds. Like it's a good, everybody's stoked for it, but I didn't think that would be the game they would spend essentially an extra hour on. But obviously they have a lot of faith in the game being that good to give it 1 hour of direct attention. So I'm happy for the people that played the first one that are stoked for the second one. I'm not one of those people, but I won't hate on the people that are.
I really like the first one. It's not an incredibly long game, but you do like make choices and do things that matter. Like early on in the game, you have a choice. Like, do you give the power cell to one group or the other? And so, of course, I gave it to one and then went and killed the guy that I didn't give it to because he was being a whiny little brat over it. So I definitely changed some of the story there. Like it's a shooter RPG that doesn't take itself too seriously. Like it's all just very over the top and funny, right? You can choose like what attributes your character gets, so you could like roll 0 intelligence and just be a complete dum-dum through the entire playthrough. Well, you got a lot of options on like which things you want to do. Mitch, are you gonna be big dum-dum? You muted?
Yeah,
Point
he's
of
a big
comms.
Already
dum-dum.
am. Yep. I'll stay muted. Don't worry about it. Yep,
Big old
already am.
dum-dum up
Living it.
there. Woo.
Big old dum-dum. Yep. Living
What
it.
are you,
I
new?
don't need to play a game with it. I already live it. Living
Yep,
my life,
okay.
whole life.
Well, maybe you could roleplay as someone with high intelligence in this game.
I wouldn't relate.
Live a life you don't
To see
understand.
what the rest of the world's like.
I'll get too sad after. I can't do it. Afterwards, I'm like, what's it
Ignorance
feel
is
like to be
bliss.
smart? Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna stay
Like-
stupid. Thank you. Carry on.
Yep. So yeah,
He looks so disappointed. She's just shaking her head like, God, he is dumb, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited for it, and I'm glad that, like I said, it's a game that I'm excited for that gets the big showcase in the prime time slot there. So hopefully that means it's coming out soon.
If they're showing it like that, it's this year.
Yeah, is
It's
that going to
it's
be like
this
their big
year.
holiday game?
One of them, yeah. Like it
Yeah.
has, yeah, for sure. Just like Gears E-Day is going to happen this year. I don't care what anybody says. Gears E-Day is happening this year. Watch. And then
I
Halo
mean,
next
I'll
year.
watch.
Watch.
I'll play it if
Watch.
it happens,
Yo,
but
it will. It will. I'm willing it into existence. There has been a Gears game in a long time. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying it's going to happen. But no, I think if they're showing it, I don't think they would hype up a game like that and have it be even an early next year release. I think like it absolutely would be coming out this year. So
yeah. I hope so. I'm ready. All right. I think we did it, folks. I think we did the thing. Before we fight anymore, I would like to take a moment and thank all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Especially, I want to thank our ultimate producers, my boy Yaby, aka Jonathan Brown. You can find him over at linktree/pme.jib. Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin, and gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Liger Woods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, Solo, Stephen Keller, and Toxic. Before we go, Lockleth, where can people find you on the interwebs? Muted. Absolutely muted.
No!
I wasn't the only one that did it. Yes!
No!
Yes!
Dang it.
I'm not the only one with zero intelligence. Let's go.
Fine. You can find me here, I guess, if you want to see a dum-dum on the internet. You can find me on YouTube at Lockleth, where I'm playing South of Midnight, just dying over Crouton and how adorable he is. And you can find me on Blue Sky, and you can find me on the Nintendo Drive as well, because that is a show that I am on every week. And if you're a patron, you can listen to me on the post show over there and this next week's Pants episode. I'm all over the place, y'all.
She's
She really is.
everywhere.
I need a
Really?
nap. Okay, let me nap,
I
please.
took a nap. It felt great.
Listen. I'm about to be on board with naps because I've about had enough. Fee, staying up late. I'm trying to keep up. I can't.
Getting
do
too
it.
old for this.
Yeah, I am too old. Jesus. Okay.
Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me here. People can find me on Discord, X, all the other fun stuff at Zoranix. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Zoranix. If I do end up getting all my Sherlock stuff like super fixed, I'm going to be doing an extra long stream tomorrow because your girl's going to be playing Sherlock Holmes in one sitting. So thumbs up. It's going to be a time and a half. I have snacks ordered. I'm going to be prepared for the long haul. So I'm very excited about that. And I will be also signing on board for naps because I am also very tired. So here we are. I'm here for it. 10 out of 10. That's where you can find me on the internet, guys.
Love it. Mitch, where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere at Mitch Power 1116. I am probably going to be into playing Warzone again this weekend, just because I want to get more time in with it. But I do want to finish off the midnight, so I might stream that. I don't know. I actually don't mind it being an off-stream game. It's been fun, like just playing and just enjoying, and also taking breaks when I need to, and not having to worry about, chat and stuff. So I might keep playing that off-stream, but on stream. Definitely Warzone this weekend, maybe some Apex again. I don't know, but you can find me everywhere, just like it says here, Mitch Power 1116.
As for me, you can find me on Xbox at Bowser13, maybe on PlayStation. I don't know. I don't turn that thing on anymore. Bowser on Steam and in Discord, and of course, right here, Carpool Gaming. That's all. That's all we got for your Xbox show this week. Please, everyone, tag Xbox on your social media and say, we want Crouton plushies. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Crouton
sure.
or we riot.
That's the hashtag. Put that in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crouton or we riot.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.